Recording. Live.
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 Live from multiple studios. There are 4 different studios spanning across the continent.
It's
to your
Sunday
ears.
Night Live.
With the... Anyone?
No.
Fuck boys. I don't know.
Oh boy.
The low gang.
Oh,
The
you got
Jake
me.
the Jake
The love
Paulers.
The Jake Paulers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because we're the number one Jake Paul / Logan Paul podcast. Don't you guys know?
Hmm.
We're a part of his like
Oh,
we're
don't you know?
we're one of his biggest fans. I still don't know which one's which.
Longer hair is Logan, shorter hair is Jake.
Yeah, I don't care. All I
fair.
know, all I know is that we are live with episode 41 of the Level Unlock podcast.
We sure
Woo.
are.
Episode 41.
Did you fucking like that segue? I sure did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Made my pants a little tight. I was waiting in anticipation. I was waiting for someone to fuck it up.
People I Hate Studios is live. Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Ah, I know. I need to change it in fucking Twitch because Streamlabs doesn't do shit.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't change what I'm fucking the notification or anything like that. I don't know why it says
Oh.
that I'm playing COD mod.
COD Mod Wa.
All right, so this is
Kadamawa.
level 41 of the Level
Wow.
Unlock podcast.
41.
Did you like? That's how we should, instead of episodes, it's levels. Get it?
Yeah, I like that.
Get it? Guys, do you fucking get it?
Get it, got it,
That's
good.
pretty nifty.
Yeah, so
Yeah, welcome everybody. I hope everybody's had a wonderful week.
It's so
Productive
today.
on one
It's
end
fun.
or another, you know. Dispositions were pretty good this week, personally.
they're all right. 7 out of 10. Would recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would recommend. You said?
Yeah, I'm still fucking with my stream shit, so my
Yeah.
on Twitch, so
Well, some of it you can't even play with until you're actually like,
Live?
Go live. Yeah.
yeah.
So like a few little quick edits.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. All right. So, oh fuck my butthole.
Okay.
I'd rather not, but thanks for the offer.
If you say so.
I mean, you know,
Say
I'm
so.
just offering right now. All right, but anyway, welcome to the Level Unlock podcast,
Yeah.
episode
It's
41.
been a wonderful start.
Yeah, it's been a great start.
Off to a hot one.
All right.
Tonight we're rolling with Mark. How you doing tonight, brother?
Not too bad. Just living.
Oh,
Shit.
yep. Nate, you? How you doing, bro?
I'm pretty good. Other than the headache, I'm solid.
Yeah. Headaches
I'm
suck.
pretty
We're
tired
good.
today.
Yeah, I feel you. A little low energy across the
See,
board. It is a
yeah.
Sunday.
It's the
Feels
sleepy
like a Sunday.
cast.
It
Yeah.
seems like everyone's a little I guess
Adamant.
tired. I was gonna say something completely different, but tired's a lack for a better word.
All right. Don't worry. I'm sure the energy will kick up once we really get going. Once we get
Right.
rolling.
And people I hate, how you doing, man?
You know. Another day,
Yep.
living the dream.
Yep.
Tired, all
Yes.
that good stuff.
That's code.
A lot of interesting things in the
That is
news lately.
Yeah.
I know, right?
So,
BlizzardCon, we got
yeah.
interesting things going on with Overwatch and fucking Diablo and
Well, Let's not spoil anything too much now.
well, I mean, just a highlight or like just some stuff is going on this week, man. We got a lot to talk about.
We do have some stuff to talk about. Some really
Yeah.
fun things to talk about.
Pick a party.
Just a synopsis to let them know what they're in store for.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Do we have a list this week? Did anyone pick up a list?
Yeah.
A
Yep.
list of what?
I don't know. I guess we're the list podcast now.
Oh, hold on.
Hope
Let me,
not.
let me see if I can find the
And
rest
if
of
you
that
did find
fucking
the
list.
list,
that
Oh
they just
yeah,
put on.
yeah, the one that we got japed last week.
Exactly.
Japed.
Yeah, we got japed last week. Remember? They blue balled us.
They sure
Uh-huh.
fucking did.
All right, so while everyone's looking up some some lists,
We're doing this on the fly.
we are doing this on the fly. You know, improvising. I mean, no, we already had this completely already planned. You know,
Yeah, this is actually a script.
This is scripted. This is all part of the script.
Took us all week just to come up with this.
Yeah. I guess I'll start with my week.
Okay.
I guess.
Do it.
Since everyone's doing something, it looks like.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks
played
for
more
follow whoever just followed.
played more Outer Worlds. Still a fantastic
You
game.
liking that? You loving it? You loving
It's-
it? I want
oh.
to talk about that at some point.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm thinking about downloading it, man.
You need to. You would
Would
love it.
recommend.
Isn't it free with the Game Pass or whatever?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, if you have Game Pass, definitely do it. Like, don't even think about it.
Yeah, no, just download
Yeah,
it.
it is good.
Like you as a person, like you're the first person I thought of that would definitely like that.
Me
game.
too.
All right.
I played it and I'm like, fuck, Jeff would love. Fuck, Jeff would love this.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely check it out. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think that's a game that's better for streaming or for recording and like do you think like a high quality recording series would be better, or do you think that would be better for like longer sessioned? Because if you do the recording, then it's like 45 minutes to an hour long. If you do the live sessions, it's like 7 hours. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you guys think is a better direction to take if one were to try to like,
Make content out of it.
yeah,
I personally think it'd be better
Catalog.
for like 45 to hour long recordings with a face cam. Just like, I mean, kind
Okay.
of similar to how like Markiplier does his playthroughs. Just
Yeah.
because honestly, there is a lot of story and dialogue to the game. There isn't a ton of action, especially right off the bat for the first like hour of the game.
No.
It's a lot of conversation, kind of like dealing with like the political sides of like the world. Because like
Oh,
one person
it
wants
is-
to do this, one
it
person
is-
wants to do that.
It's one of the most hilarious, saddest stories ever.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Well,
Mhm.
it's taking the whole, government ruling the nation as like to a fucking 11,
Yeah.
Now it's different planets though and everything, right?
Oh yeah, so there's different corporations. Okay,
So it's like Walmart,
Different factions and stuff.
McDonald's.
Yeah, imagine if
Title says
Walmart
Overwatch Thursday night week. Thanks, brother.
imagine if Walmart ran the United States and McDonald's ran the United Kingdom. Well, like and like
Yeah.
so the big thing in the game is Spacer's Choice. All right, it's a company. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
It is it's Spacer's choice.
Yeah.
You've tried,
We've
the,
tried
best,
the best.
Now try the rest.
The rest.
And the very first person you meet, he is contractually obligated to say the Spacer's Choice jingle
Yeah.
when you meet him as he's bleeding out.
He gets shot in the leg or some
Yeah,
shit.
he gets shot in
Stomach,
the leg.
wasn't it? I
don't
thought it
know.
was the side.
Either
Something.
way.
He
He's
gets shot.
shot.
And he's bleeding. And he's like, "You've tried the best. Now try the rest. Spacer's Choice." As he's just gushing blood.
Huh.
So, yeah.
So, very well written dialogue and story.
Oh, it's hilarious too. A lot of the stuff is
That's
just
the best part about it.
yeah, just going around and talking to everyone is something I don't do in games anymore, but I've been going around, I've been making it a note in my head as like, I haven't talked to this person, I haven't talked to that person, I need to talk to them. This person looks interesting.
And then then that's where it starts feeling a lot like Fallout, right? Like the earlier iterations of the game, anyways.
Yeah.
I would say it does have a heavy Fallout vibe.
It's
Fallout and KOTOR.
yeah, exactly.
good
It's Fallout and
deal.
KOTOR.
It's like what Fallout should have been, or like what it could be. Like
Yeah.
after I started playing Outer Worlds, I started feeling like what really makes a game fun for me, and like what makes Fallout games fun for me. And then just like I don't know, just the package of the Outer Worlds just really fit it for me. If that makes sense. Like it just did really well.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I've watched a little bit of content on it, and it looks pretty damn cool. So I think I'm pretty sure that I am gonna do that.
Definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be like into it, but like I genuinely like I'm waiting for time to be able to sit down and play that game again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Now, is it? How long do you think that game is? Is it like a Fallout
Probably
Epic?
40 hours minimum.
Yeah, probably
Where
like
it's
50.
like a
Well,
super long game.
well, here, let me check how long to beat. I know you can speed run it in like
Uh,
45 minutes.
Okay.
I'd say it's about 14 hours.
Really?
Like
Yeah,
direct
Oh, that's like the
story.
main story. Probably.
Yeah, around there. Like,
Okay.
Have you
I'm
beaten
almost
it?
done. I'm almost
Oh.
done with the game, and I'm trying to finish it all
What are you
the
talking about,
quests.
Walker?
I'm at like 12 hours, but I rushed through everything. But there's still a lot to it. There's probably a bunch that I missed still.
Oh, main story is
Gotcha.
10.5 hours. If you want to do everything, it's about 32 hours according to howlongtobeat.com.
Okay.
Which, let me
Well,
tell
that's
you,
not too bad.
howlongtobeat.com is a content creator's dream. It's like
Is
one of
it?
their favorite things because it tells you this is how long it will roughly take.
I see.
I donned a hat
I'll
because
take
I
it.
gotta rep my Ducks who are playing right now.
Nice.
So I gotta represent. I also played some more Fire Emblem because I got my bootleg Pro controller. It works fine. It's totally serviceable for now.
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as it works.
it does work, and yeah, I mean it's Fire Emblem's still fantastic. It's still really good. Everyone should play it.
How
Maybe one
good
of these
is
days
it?
I'll try it.
It's really good.
It's real good. It's not that fake good. It's that real
It's
good.
definitely not that fake good. It's and I haven't played many Fire Emblem games. This is like my second Fire Emblem game. I played
Mhm.
Path of Radiance on the GameCube years ago. So this is a good, I would like to say, baby's first Fire Emblem because it doesn't have the permadeath. You could turn that shit off. And man, am I
It's not
glad I turned that
permadeath.
shit off. There have been times where my team has gotten capped real bad. Or one person would just get fucking got. Just absolutely demolished. Yeah, so I mean right now that's my life. Oh, Call of Duty as well. We've been playing
Yeah.
a lot of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Have you?
Especially
have, actually.
especially
I've-
Mark. Mark decided to buy it since the last podcast.
Want to get my money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much
You're
how,
ruining my week.
I was
Yeah,
watching
exactly,
you play
yeah.
it the other night, James.
Yeah. It's
It
fun.
does look fun.
It's fun.
It has that like
Oh,
I don't know. It has that.
Well,
I don't know. It has that
okay.
feel to it. It seems.
All right, no, it's fun in spurts. Playing it,
PC Port's pretty shit.
yeah.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Yeah, it's not bad, but like,
well,
I definitely. Go ahead.
Mark, you should probably talk about that in your week because I spoiled most of your week already.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, just watching the anime for Anime Corner, finish that. Still waiting for Chuckle Fuck Above Me to I like how you looked at
Yeah.
me. You knew exactly who I was
I didn't
talking
know.
about.
I was like, am I above him?
At least on my
Chuckle
screen,
fuck.
right? Yeah, I need him to finish it so we could actually
I'm
get that
almost done.
get that
I'm
out
just
the
about
door.
finished.
And yeah, just kind of twiddling my thumbs until Death Stranding comes out. Just twiddling, waiting
Whittling away.
until
do you
that
think
consumes my
about-
life.
What do you think about all the reviews for it?
Oh, it's exactly how I thought it was going to be. Seeing the trailers and stuff like that, so I didn't put this on the docket or anything like that, but it's probably one of the most polarizing things ever for a game because it's either people are like, this is a boring, mediocre mess, or this is transcendent.
Like, do you
You're
think it's
hoping
gonna
it'll
be
be-
like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the hype and like love of what the fuck is the game everyone loves now? It's got fucking Ellie in it.
Last of Us?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a completely different thing. Last of
it?
Last of Us is a corridor experience where it is, you go down corridors and, it's more of like a movie.
Okay.
while Death Stranding is way more open,
Okay.
and it's still corridory, but it's gigantic corridors.
Pretty
And
open.
yeah, and it's made from a complete madman. So
That's fair.
you know, I mean, what isn't there to love? I mean, it's Kojima.
I'll probably check it out.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for the 8th. I really can't. But yeah, that has been my week. Who wants to go next? Whomst wants to go next?
I mean,
I can go.
yeah.
All
I've
right,
been
Jeff.
playing an ass ton of The
Yeah,
Sims, bro.
Yeah, you have.
I've been playing the hell out of that game.
I have
Well,
I have spurts where it's like
Yeah.
that in like tycoon games. I'll be like, I not touch it for like a year and a half, and then all of a
Right.
sudden for like an entire month, it's like that's all that I play.
You're right, dude. Yeah, man, I haven't played that game in a long time, and like, there's a ton you can do with it. A lot more than I don't know, just a ton you can fucking do with it.
Now, are you just
And,
playing the base game, or do you have any of the expansions?
Yeah, I have a couple. I have the Works, the Diner, and I think like the Vampire one,
Oh, nice.
and the Weathers one. So I have actually a couple of them.
Yeah, I just have the base game, so that's probably why I haven't really gone into it too much.
Dude, the Go to Work, or is it the Go to Works?
Yeah, go to work.
Whatever one lets you do like build your own restaurant and your own like store.
That's fucking
That-
cool.
That one's super worth it. That one is super cool. Like, dude, I have like 4 different stores right now going. I have an art store, a restaurant that is like a stage and shit, and like
Now, do you
an
hire people
electronic shop. Yeah,
to work in those
Yeah.
stores? You do?
yeah, and then you have to manage them and stuff. But it's very simplified. I mean, it isn't crazy. It's like it's almost like it's like if I was looking for I don't know. It's pretty simplified, but it's really cool, man. And then when you combine it with the clubs, so like for example, I can have a restaurant and everybody, or a store where everybody's focused on like selling, and then I have a team or a club that I started of people that just clean shit.
Oh, that's cool.
So I invite the club over and they clean the store while, you know, it's like a maintenance crew. And then also like I got the art store built by starting a club for people that paint. So I'd start a club, have everybody come and paint, and then I would load the store up and I'd sell the paintings. Then
That is free labor, but
Yeah,
it is
basically.
genius.
I always held a party for him on Fridays. Pizza, yeah, a little dinner party, a soiree, if you will.
Nice.
But,
I need to get
yeah,
back
it's
into The
fun.
Sims.
It is a good time. I have fun with it. I have been having fun with it, and then and I haven't even scratched the surface. Like there's so much more. They added like literal jobs. So if you go to, I think it's what was it? It was a doctor job, a police job, and I think a scientist job. And then all 3 of them have like, if you go the scientist, you can either be a good scientist or a mad scientist. You could be like criminal career and either turn into a super villain or a super good guy, or yeah, I don't know.
That's
I haven't dug into that stuff yet. I don't even know. I haven't tried
God,
it.
it's so huge.
It is.
Now, do you actually like? Because I know in some of the other ones, like my big knowledge is Sims 1 and 3. In like this one, like the Go to Work expansion, do you actually go to actually control the player while they're working?
Yeah. There's 3 jobs like that. So you can start your own store, which obviously you have a lot of interaction with manifesting that to happen. Then you can do a restaurant, which is the same idea. Then you have the 3 different jobs you get that are what you were talking about just now, that let you like actually run around the job doing things.
Oh, that's cool.
And then, like for instance, one of the plots of land that I have, it has a clothing store, an electronics store, a restaurant, but because everything's under the guise of the mechanics of how the stores operate. So, like for instance, you can have a grocery store. So they have these fridges that open and close, and when you store things in there, after a while, people buy things out of them.
Oh,
So like I have the electronics store and the little like cyber cafe that has a bunch of vending machines at it. They're like 2 different buildings, but they're on the same lot.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So like when you look at it from an aerial photo, it looks like that one piece of land has like 4 buildings on it, and then there's a church sitting on the side too. So
Oh, that's cool.
It's kind of neat, yeah.
It's like
'cause,
a strip mall almost.
Yeah, kind of like a strip mall. Actually, and then on the second floor, I have like a clubhouse and a magazine, where people write the magazine.
Publisher.
yeah. On the second floor, and then the clubs run those. So it's and that's on one property, and I have like 4 different properties that I'm working with right now. So, and then, dude, the amount of customizing you can do, like with literally just putting clutter around, and I don't know, I've been having a good time with it.
YouTubers that like make house designing videos on The Sims, like that's all that they do.
Yeah, dude, I'm very proud of my buildings. I'm gonna throw those things up soon.
Yeah, it's got a
These
great
buildings
modding
are
scene
fucking
too.
cool. Yeah, and the modding scene is really good. Yeah,
And
it's
they're-
good. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I haven't done too much modding. I did modding a while back playing with it, but I haven't done any this round. But that's about it. That's kind of all I've been doing. Other than that, I've just been in my head about some stuff and kind of plotting, scheming some ideas. But other than that, that's about it on my week. Work went quick every single day. I don't know why, but yep.
That's what it felt
Right.
like too.
Yeah, who's next? Other than that, I have a good disposition. I had a fairly okay week as far as just chilling and floating.
Mark, feel free to go.
Yeah.
Mine's pretty short, so like if y'all want to talk.
I guess me for my week, I didn't really do anything too crazy. Yeah, I bought Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
did.
too bad, as James and I were talking about, but I had a problem spending $60 for it because I don't know, a lot of AAA titles in the last year haven't necessarily been that good.
AAA.
Yeah, AAA, whatever that means now. So
Yeah, that's lost its jingle.
It has.
especially since it was a Call of Duty, and I don't think I've bought
Mhm.
one for like 6 years probably. Since like
Jeez.
I think the first Black Ops was the last one I bought.
Wow.
So
Still
Yeah.
a stone cold killer though.
That game should be remastered.
I think a lot of their games should be remastered. Like honestly, I thought that this game was more of a remaster rather than a new rendition of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's still pretty good, but I feel that if they added in some classic maps or some shit, like people would be all over that.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure they will.
We said
Yeah,
that at the
too.
exact same time.
That's the only thing that's like bothered me so far about that game. Besides, also this is like coming straight from like Activision Blizzard that they are going to be fixing the shotgun rifles.
Oh, yeah, they need to.
Especially the 725 that I was able to shoot someone from a solid like 45 to 60 feet. I'm not 100% sure, but like I basically hit him like it was a marksman rifle. It was ridiculous. But they're also
Stupid.
going to make it harder to camp because they're going to make it easier to get shot while just standing in one position, because apparently like though they did like a measurement or whatever it is, like statistically apparently it's easier to get shot while you're running than when you're just standing still. Besides like obviously quick scopers who are like been doing this for like 30 years, but apparently it is supposedly easier to get shot while you're moving than it is when you're standing still.
Huh.
Me and
Makes
Jacko were talking
sense.
about that earlier.
Bigger hitbox
Mm-hmm.
it's around.
Yeah, most
big
likely.
Yeah, since your
there's,
body's like.
pellet boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That makes sense.
But
But it would also make sense at the same time if you were ducking in cover or something, you know? Like,
That's why like it's so simple to camp in this game. Like honestly, like yes, Call of Duty camping is always going to be around. Like that's just a thing that people have to accept. But like it's a little insane in this one. Like it's a little much. Like people will be hanging out in doorways the entire game, or like laying down in a fucking hallway, and just there's that. And also if they drop shot, that apparently does have to do with the fact that like it's easier to get shot while you're like moving, because if you're moving and trying to like get down towards them, it's easier because their hitboxes become smaller since they're in a standalone spot. It's a whole thing. Well, at least they're self-aware about it.
yeah, that's the first step, you know? As long as they're aware of it, they can
Knowing that
Acknowledge
there's a
the
problem.
about it.
problem.
Yeah.
I think they're just trying to make it more competitive
Mm-hmm.
without
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
having people that just run through it and destroy people. Like they're just trying to keep it balanced.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Make it an actual esport again.
Yeah, like it's a lot closer to Siege or Counter Strike than
Yeah.
like Modern Warfare 2, for example. Like that was a shit show.
Yeah, that was. That
But it was
was.
a great shit show. I played so much of that.
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, I bought that. The campaign's not too bad. Multiplayer, getting through it pretty quick. PC port, it's pretty shittily optimized. Like, I don't know. A handful of people are like, yeah, it's great, and then there's people like me that like starts it and then it just works for a second, disconnects, and then you
Bleh.
have to like fucking update your computer and update all of your drivers, and then run in safe mode pretty much every time. And it's been a whole conundrum.
It's a good time.
Yeah, and I'm not the only person. Like, there's people on Reddit that have like beautiful rigs, and it's just like running shit away. So,
Maybe it's
yeah,
just like depending. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
the optimization just isn't best for every kind of hardware, I guess. Like,
I'm sure it'll get better.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It's all software stuff, so
wouldn't doubt it. It's just, I need some more QA.
yeah.
Well, what
It's
game nowadays
irritating.
doesn't need more QA? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
really.
irritating buying a game and it's just broken.
At least it's not Anthem. At least you didn't purchase that.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
was just watching somebody talking about that the other day. About how
GameStop
that
was.
game is.
GameStop had like a deal of the day one day where Anthem was like $10, and I was like, should I
Hmm.
buy it? Should I buy it? I'm not gonna buy it.
Even for the tenner, huh?
Yeah,
I'll
even
hit it
for
when
the
it hits a
10.
fiver.
Oh yeah, when it hits a fiver. When it hits a good old Lincoln, I'll be in.
Good old Anthem.
Let me tell you, when it
What's
hits
the
3
problem?
washies, I'll go. It's just
Uh,
overall, like,
Because that game was
Okay.
super hyped.
Oh yeah.
apparently the optimization
Yeah.
for all of the consoles in general was just absolute garbage.
Oh yeah.
The
Like,
load system
people
is
waited-
apparently shit.
People waited supposedly like 30 minutes to get into a match after after a month or two of the game being out. Like, they were still waiting in black screens as it's loading to get in, and like
Yeah.
supposedly like when they get in like the Jaegers or whatever they're called, like that would glitch out every now and then. Like, the whole thing was just bad. Like, every time you tried to play through the story too, apparently that crashed. So it wasn't even just like multiplayer stuff. Like, just overall the game was just bugged to shit.
Oh, and they fucked up the loot mechanics.
Yeah,
in
that
it.
was the other thing.
They also had it
Mhm.
so that if you didn't have anything equipped, like any armor equipped, you actually had better stats. I mean, it was just nothing but a shit show.
Yeah, that's no bueno. Do you believe there are what? All right, so with all of these releases that have come out in the last like year or so, how many games do you think actually released with the reception of what the hype was? Like, for example, Fallout was trash, but what game did I just see that came out that was actually pretty good? It just seems like
Outer
it's a yeah. I think it was Outer Worlds. I think it was Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like most games are coming out are oh no, Red Dead Redemption was the one
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought of.
That one
That
came
wasn't
out.
trash, and that one was good. That one came out, and from if I remember correctly, that one wasn't bugged, it wasn't broken, it wasn't.
No.
It actually was good, and people enjoyed playing it. So, like, is there any other games that you guys?
Borderlands.
Okay.
Regardless of being a 2K fan, like whether you hate the company or not, and like yes, they do fuck with like the like they fuck around like not being the greatest to some of their employees. Like, I know the whole claptrap thing. I know you're probably gonna mention that.
Yeah.
Well, and
I'm looking above me.
the whole Randy
Yes.
Pitchford saga where he just beats the shit out of his employees.
Yes, so
Literally,
Randy Pitchford's not a great
Actually,
dude,
literally, like actually assaults his employees.
but
Well, sometimes you gotta motivate them somehow.
that that game still lived up to everyone who loves Borderlands. Like, I'm personally a pretty big Borderlands fan, and game's fucking solid. Game's exactly
Alright.
what I was hoping for. It was a little bit more, honestly. Like, I mind you, I've played probably a half an hour of it, but like it plays super smooth. Like, it plays like it should. Like a game that was already made and like out, and the bugs were fixed years ago, kind of thing. Like how like Borderlands 2 runs now.
Which is, it's sad that you know, nowadays, I mean, it's a
That's a
blessing
good
and a
thing.
curse.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a
Right.
curse that we have these games that are online and can get these, you know, patches. Because on one hand, hey, that's great. I don't have a bug that will fucking like delete my save or something, or
Mhm.
Or
you know,
empty my fucking
Okay.
chest.
Yeah.
Delete my
Bethesda
inventory.
Yeah.
frees your inventory.
Bethesda.
but at the same time, then you know,
Unlimited.
Update.
then at the other on the other hand, it's like, okay, so these guys can just not really do as much QA pre launch because they could always just, you know, update it later and fix it later.
Right. So
I think-
the advent of connecting to the internet gives them more of that flexibility to evolve, but sometimes they add microtransactions and things that are not so appealing.
Or they
I-
fix bugs that should have been fixed that the game should not have shipped with.
You,
Right.
you brought something up that I've kind of wanted to talk about, but it's never been brought up in the past, like conversations that I've been on the podcast. But like my personal view on microtransactions, as long as they don't break the game, there is no issue. I see less than zero issue. If you want to buy a bunch of shit and look cool as fuck and have like good armor,
Cosmetically,
that's
yeah.
fine. Like even like so I'm fine with even getting microtransactions to get better armor. Like if someone has better armor than me because they paid for it, whatever. As long as they're not getting guns that can literally kill me in one shot that I'd have to work like years to get, or like hours and hours and hours
But
and
what,
hours.
what
to
if it
get.
takes like years to kill them, where you can never
Yeah.
kill them because they paid for it?
But like say okay, so like on that aspect of Destiny, that's not a thing because everyone's nerfed to one specific
Yeah.
thing. Obviously guns are different, but like the armor, everyone's same. Like everyone has the same stats. But like if they have a better gun, like there was a rifle that I can't remember exactly what it was. It was a laser rifle. I think it was like Lincoln Prism or some shit like that. I don't remember exactly. But like that thing they had to nerf because the second you pulled it out and charge shot, it just went through you and you were dusted. You were dead if it touched you. They nerfed it,
Jesus.
but like it was an exotic and like obviously you can go in, you can buy stuff, then you can break that down, get shards, go to the fucking Zur and get all your shit, and then buy that from him. But it's just if you can do that by just paying for things and grab that, or like you have to work your ass off and then it might even be gone by the time you're done working to get how much you need. I feel like you shouldn't be able to buy those guns. I feel like they should have to be ground for. But like the armor shit doesn't really bother me, and like a lot of people complain like so like the new Devil May Cry, they had a bunch of microtransactions and there was only one that like broke the game kind of. If you got like a certain like skin, because you would get certain abilities with the skin, you were able to just fly through the game, and like you were able to if I remember correctly, you were able to see other people's gameplay, but that was like pretty much it, like how fast people were beating the games and whatnot.
Well, that was just a thing in the game. Yeah,
Hmm?
you're muted.
How long have I been muted?
Not long.
Just for a second.
I don't know how that happened. I didn't even touch my mic. You have
Yeah.
to physically touch the bottom of this thing. Maybe my hand. Oh, my touched it. But I asked, was
I'll
it?
be
like,
right
when-
back.
Okay.
I think my cat's fucking causing a ruckus. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, like, so I guess like, long story short, as long as it doesn't make the game like instantly beatable or like give you like this much of an upper hand, it's fine. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
microtransactions or loot boxes for that matter. Everyone bitches about loot boxes, but whatever.
It's just cosmetic.
Like, yeah, especially
Well,
like
I prefer to. I don't know, but I disagree with the armor or weapon boosts. I think if they're cosmetic, that's one thing, but I don't. You should either. I agree with what you said. You should grind for it. Like for instance, in Elite Dangerous, right? Like there's a handful of weapons and armor and various things in general you can get for your ship, but it requires some serious fucking grind time to get it. You know, but once you get them, you can then use your cosmetics to change the color of them or to change the, you know, effect of them to some extent. But I am all about like that idea of cosmetic upgrades, like in Knights of the Old Republic, you can get cosmetics for your instead of riding around in a motorcycle or whatever the air, whatever a Star Wars fucking motorcycle that flies would be called. You can run around in an ATV or fucking on the back of a creature or something like that. So they're vastly different skins, if you will. However, they all same speed, same move. They don't nothing attacks in that game, but you get the idea, right?
Yeah. Like the only I get what you're saying. Like I understand. Like the
I
only
think it's a
thing
great
that
way to fund the game.
yeah, like the only thing that bothers me about loot boxes is like specifically Overwatch, that like if I want to, I should be able to purchase a skin. Like
Yeah, that
like,
would be nice.
Make it a little bit more expensive to like make it like less appealing. Like if you're really into something, let them do it. Like I
Yes,
should be
that's
able
the
to get
point, yeah.
currency.
Yeah,
Huh?
you should be able to like. But I know a lot of games.
Wait a
You can
minute.
only get items through loot boxes.
Wait a
Mhm.
minute.
Shitty.
Wait,
Yeah.
you can do that in Overwatch. You can get. You
No.
can buy. Yes, you can.
You have to buy boxes and hope to get currency.
You can't buy just currency.
Not that I've ever seen. I know. I think we
There's
talked
a
about this
store
on
in there,
Thursday.
but I'm not
Yeah,
so
because you
sure.
can. I know for sure you can. You can just go to the skin and then spend your points to get it. I'm pretty sure you can pay for those
You can-
points. I think.
So I think you're like half right, because there are certain packages that'll come with X amount of coins, but it's like you have to get this many loot boxes and it'll come with like 500 coins or some shit like that. I think that's how it works. I know you can't just outright purchase currency.
That's
Huh. As
that's
far as I've
really
seen.
fucking scummy.
That's weird.
Correct me if I'm
Figured they
wrong.
would be
Like,
doing-
I'm definitely willing to hear if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can.
I hope you're wrong. I don't know.
I don't.
I-
I,
but
I,
I-
I just don't like. I don't like the concept of loot boxes. It's very predatory, and I've said it on the podcast many a times.
Yeah.
And same with like,
that.
same with like a lot of DLC too. It's like this shit was, and well, microtransactions. Like this shit. If this was like 10 years ago, this stuff would have been in the game already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like different costumes and stuff like that. That's just
Mhm.
unlocks.
Right. Right.
or
Instead of
if-
having to pay.
Yeah.
How crazy.
Or if you want to
But-
get like really atrocious, look at Street Fighter Cross Tekken, where the DLC characters were on the disc when the game shipped. They were just locked by the DLC.
That's awesome.
Right.
Like I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's wild.
You being sarcastic?
Like I'm looking in the Overwatch thing that you can.
Oh no.
You have to buy loot boxes. Like,
Yeah.
that's-
In
Yeah,
order to
it's
get
so
the
dumb.
currency.
That's what
yeah,
I thought.
that's all that they sell is loot boxes and Overwatch League tokens.
Interesting.
That's dumb. Just let me buy the shit that I want. If you're not gonna put this
Yeah.
stuff in the game for free that I can unlock, then just
At least
let me buy it.
and pay for it and just be done.
I mean, look at my game Yakuza. All right, look at Yakuza. Game very rarely has any microtransactions, and what the microtransactions that they have are completely useless for the entire game. Like it's not important.
Are they
But-
just cosmetic and stuff?
No, not even that. It's just stuff for like in Yakuza 6. There's a whole mode where you kind of do like almost like a real-time strategy game, sort of, where you send people out and try to take out the other team. But you can buy different like generals for it. You could do that, but I mean, you just all those characters you can unlock through normal means, and you don't need it to actually beat the story mode, beat that sub story. But after you beat the game,
Okay.
you unlock a bunch of different costumes from throughout the game. They have like DLC, but it's all free. That gives you a bunch of cool shit, and it
Okay.
gives you stuff if you have the other games on like your hard drive. So like, it's a game
Oh,
like
that's interesting.
it doesn't. Some games do it well. So you can make a successful video game without having to nickel and dime the player.
Right, but it also depends on the path of the game. Like, is it a game that's done, for instance, like Skyrim, for instance, or Borderlands, or is it a game that just keeps on evolving, like World of Warcraft, or
Is it a game as a service?
Yeah.
yeah,
Live
that's
service.
the question. Yeah, so that would be the question. So like games that are like Overwatch, it would make sense for them to have more microtransactions because they have to pay for a team that's going to continue to support the game for. Whereas in a game like Fallout, you know, where they just release packs every once in a while.
You'd still hope the team would support it after it's released, though.
Yeah.
But how long
That's the
is
thing,
it a
it's like,
viable income from it though? Like what is that? What is the line for it's time to sunset it? Because I'll tell you what,
it's
76.
Probably
Man.
why Bethesda did the Creations Club. Like why they did like paid mods and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Yep.
That's actually yeah. That was that's a. Well, they got a lot of hate for it though. A lot of people did not feel for it, but at the same time, it's like fuck it, give them the option. Let them have the option to have the market or do it for free. You know.
True.
But it did get because I was really heavy in that community when that was going down. When and there was a lot of pushback and a lot of opinions.
Oh, that
about
community
that whole
hated
thing.
that idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely
But at the same
hated
time, it's like, why? The free community's still there. You just have this option as well, too. You know, but a lot of people moved to it. And nobody bought mods. Except for, like, the diehard community. Except for the people that really supported the humans that were building them. You know? So it was actually an opportunity for people to refine their I don't know, their following, if you will, refine their communities.
They were usually made pretty well. It's just they were pretty expensive for what you were typically getting.
And I thought a lot of it, at least on consoles, a lot of it was just weapon skins. It wasn't anything like super cool. Like it wasn't like a whole new area, or it wasn't like a completely different gun or anything like that.
That's a good point. I know in my head I automatically went to that modder that fucking built the
Built
the
Skyrim
whole story
2.
arc. Yeah, basically built like
Who
a whole quest
built
chain.
Skyrim 2 that now works for, I think.
Oh, you're talking about Morrowind. You're talking about Skywind.
Yeah. But same idea.
Well, they built Morrowind with the Skyrim engine with the
There's also one
Creation
team that's trying to make all of like I forget the continent, like Ellsworth, the Cyrodiil.
the entirety of Tamriel.
Yeah, they made literally everything, and like they did a stream of it last week.
Oh my
I'm gonna
gosh.
find the name
My
of it. Like
God.
it's still a work in progress, but like he was walking coast to coast, and it took him like 2 hours or so.
Jesus.
He was
Too
just talking
much.
about development. It was so cool. I'm gonna see if I can find the name of that real quick.
Yeah, man. There's some ambitious projects out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really neat.
Okay, so that was a
Yeah,
pretty good
that's-
week, right?
That's all.
Yeah.
for my week.
That
Nate,
was a good segment. That was a good show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Thanks for
see
your
it.
time.
we're done. We're cutting our losses. Nate, how was your week?
I just let's try that again.
I get it. Speaking's hard.
It's difficult, man. So my week, I haven't done a lot. Went to the hockey game with my lady last night.
Heck.
Some hacky.
Heck.
You're good over there, bud. Other than that, been playing a lot of Modern Warfare, with the boys. Good old people I hate and Mark EXE.
I know.
He's a gay.
So jealous. I'm sitting here building
Simming it
my-
out. Your
Yeah, I'm sitting
empire.
here- I'm working on my little nook, my little sitting nook for my
Mhm.
restaurant patrons, and I'm watching you guys fucking shooting and killing and talking and having a gay old time over there.
Not
when you-
really. Not the best.
I'm having so much fun.
Perfect.
I fucking love this game.
I know. I
Game
distinctly
is
remember.
Great.
I distinctively remember Nate James complaining about the campers. I remember hearing that spot.
Dude, like it's just not to like not meander. Is that the right word? Not to me. I need to double check what that word means. Hang on, I'm fucking up.
Digress a little, not to digress a little bit.
I'm just like not to like beat the dead horse because I've already talked about it in a little bit of a lengthy like aspect a couple like about 15 minutes ago. But honestly, like it's too easy to camp in the game. Like, but once again, I'm not the kind of person who's expecting Call of Duty not to have campers. I've been playing Call of Duty since fucking Modern Warfare. I get it. I know it's going to happen.
Only since Modern Warfare? Jesus Christ.
Okay, like I played Big Red one, but I had a PS2 and didn't have fucking internet.
Didn't play the OG Call of Duty 2.
Yeah, Call of Duty 2 is my jam.
My first one was Big Red one.
If they re-release Call of Duty 2, I'll buy that in a fucking heartbeat.
Will you?
Yeah, the Xbox 360 servers are still online. Fun fact.
No shit.
Yeah, I played. Well, I don't know. I played a game like maybe 2-3 years ago online, and I'm like, ooh, there's still people playing this.
That Skyrim mod with the whole continent's called Beyond Skyrim.
Beyond
That's
Skyrim.
crazy.
Skyrim.
Does it also include like the Morrowind map areas and stuff, and like the Khajiit Islands?
I believe so. I'm gonna look for it. Really
Does it include Daggerfall?
Well, you would think.
They're recreating all of the realms.
Oh, shit.
Like, even the ones that aren't even created. Like they had to recreate Ellsworth.
Wow, man! I wish I would.
Lore and stuff.
Fuck.
Because it doesn't exist in a game yet.
Well, yeah. Elder Scrolls Online.
If I would
Yeah,
just
so.
pick a fucking niche and stick with it.
Mhm.
It's just there's so much. Like one week I want to mod Skyrim, next week I want to fuck around with The Sims, the next week I want to fly around in Elite Dangerous, saving the universe from.
You should look into Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
I know, and then there's that, and then we're fucking with Grand Theft Auto the next 3 months, and then if we could just stick to one thing, man, I bet, man.
See, that's the hardest thing is sticking to one thing.
Right, because you're locking yourself
Just
into it.
So many.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you know how I feel when it comes to video games. There's so many of them coming out. It's like I can't play
Yeah,
these.
and
I can't play all of them, but I want to.
And there's so many that are so in depth, like for example, The Sims. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's so like you said, there's people that have their whole channel is based around only that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, what's the trick? Do you just start like 7 different channels and just whenever you feel like playing one, and you just post the video and you're done playing it? Like,
Isn't that like what the purpose of streaming is, though?
Yeah.
right? But it's just like if you're trying to create niche groups, you know what I mean? Like
That's why, like, I feel like that's why they
Playlists.
have headers, though, because and like hashtags and what are you playing kind of thing. It'll cause like the certain niches to come to you during this time. So like, you have this day, you're playing that. I see a lot of. What's up?
Isn't the word niche?
niche, niche.
A niche, whatever.
Niche.
I hear both a lot. But, like,
Yeah.
regardless, that's anyway.
It'll
But, like,
always be May.
Just derailing the podcast a little bit more. It's
Fuck
fine.
off.
GIF.
Fuck. Yeah, it's GIF.
It's GIF.
So help me
It's
God,
not
Jeff.
GIF.
So help me God, Jeff. So help me fucking God. It's
It's not
GIF.
peanut butter.
It's GIF.
No, it's not, you fucking asshole. It's GIF.
So, let me tell you something.
Graphical.
It's very interesting.
Graphical.
It's pronounced Whiffy, GIF. And what was the other one we were just saying?
Did you just talk
Rooter?
about the whipped peanut butter?
No, Weefy.
Weefy?
I'm a fan of the
Whiffy?
Hidemi cables.
What?
The Hidemi cables?
HDM1 cables.
If I hear HDM1 one more time.
It's pronounced Hidme.
But like,
Hennessy TVs.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
Give me one of them
Hennessy.
What
Hennessy's.
the hell were we just talking about? You can't be doing that to me. You know how easily I get forgetful. What were we just talking about?
So we were talking about like niche categories in streaming and
Oh,
wanting
yeah,
to do
yeah,
1,000 things at the same time.
Right, like how do you know what I mean? Like, ugh. But yeah, I know
Well,
what
that-
you're saying.
Right,
That's
like,
why you
there's-
stick to a schedule and.
There's specific. That's why there are variety streamers that are. It's just like, I think the actual issue that arrives when you're trying to be a variety kind of person that like is you try to devote too much time to one thing when you have to realize your goal is to do as much as possible in each game each day. It's just like, well, I'm doing all this, but now I need to continue this to this day, and I'll push this day back to this day, this, that, and so forth, so on, so on, and so on. It's just like you have to
Stay on schedule.
yeah,
much.
you're only gonna do this day. You will do what you have to do on that game again the next week, and then you will. It's just so on and so forth. Just rinse, wash, repeat.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Wash,
to
rinse,
game
repeat.
job.
That's what I meant. Yeah,
job.
like it has to be looked at as a job, but also not a job that you're like retardedly stuck to. Just because if you burn yourself out, you're just gonna hate it, and you're gonna hate the community, and it's just
Right.
not gonna be a good time.
Right.
Trust
it's
me,
just
I
like-
know all about that.
What is up, Gone Callow 15? I don't know what your name is, homie. Well, thank you for joining and hanging out. But yeah, like it's moderation and schedulization, I suppose, is the best way to put that. I don't know if that's not a word. I'm pretty positive of it, but it is now.
Well,
Yeah, no,
my whole thing too, like with that I really like about streaming, is that I can play around with my schedulation, as you said, Nate.
Schedulation.
Schedulization. Where my YouTube is very strict on these are the days that I'm uploading. This is what I'm uploading on these days, set in stone. There. Twitch is like, I mean, I posted on my Twitter a schedule that I'm gonna be following. That's Monster Hunter World Iceborne and Nier Automata. Fucking throw that out the window. Fire Emblem, Call of Duty. You know, it's like, hey, I feel like playing this today, so I'm gonna play this. Fuck all y'all.
Yeah, but that what's the calculated damage that does though? If people are coming to expect to see one thing and you're playing something else.
Yeah, so you just say, hey, we'll do this instead. It's, you know, because, I mean,
So I suppose
They're
it comes
not
down to
in-
how strict do you want to be on yourself
correct.
as far as sticking to that.
And
And then the question is, are you like, is that like what mentality is that? Is that like, neither on the nothing on the entire spectrum of it is bad, but it's like then you have to ask yourself, what kind of streamer are you? Are you the type of streamer that is strictly trying to appeal to your audience, or are you a streamer that's more, I'm going to do what I want because if I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, I'm going to make sure I'm having a damn good time doing it. So it's like where
Exactly.
and that's why I said neither is wrong, right? So it's like where do you sit? You know, it's a good question as anybody listening to the show who does this or is thinking about doing this is where do you find yourself on that spectrum? You know, and then because one season you might feel like you're over here, and then the next season you might feel over here, you know? So it's like things happen in life, you know. One season you're single doing your business, and the next season you're fucking about to get married. So it's
So,
like
with that being said, just I need you to repeat something real quick so I can make sure I'm talking about the right thing. But you were saying neither is wrong between what things? Because I guess I kind of got lost. My ears like forgot what you were saying.
okay.
What do you
Yeah, yeah, between the two. So you have
two.
the two spectrums would be, or the two types would be, in my thought, is the person that's going to be super strict on themselves and stick to it and really like I can't say stick to it because on the other end you're sticking to it too, but like somebody that's going to be very strict with their schedule and very strict with the way they do things versus the person that's more lackadaisic that, like I said, is looking at this as I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, so I'm going to make sure I'm having a damn good time doing it.
it's,
You know what I mean?
to paraphrase it a little bit, it's one that does the streaming for the viewers and one that does the streaming for themselves.
See, yeah, I get that, and I definitely agree. But like, I guess my big thing would be like, so like, we all at least relatively enjoy our jobs. Like, we don't like we could obviously all be doing worse things. Like, we all work at the best of buys and all that. So like, I mean, we've all been here. Like, you've been here in the company for what, roughly 6 years, Mark. I know you've been in the company for like 3.5, 4 years now, James. And James, not James. Wow, Jeff. I know. I don't know. You've been doing it for a while too, I'd imagine.
Longer than me.
I've been doing it for more than a decade.
Well, okay. So, with that being said, I mean, and personally, I would job hop quite a lot just because like I hate doing one thing more than like a couple months at a time because I get bored. But like I've stayed at Best Buy for almost 2 years now, and it's the same. It's gonna be the same kind of concept. Is like first things first when it comes to like streaming and whatnot. Like you were saying, like you could be single and living life, and then being married and whatnot. But it's all
I
the same
kinda see what you're-
concept as when you go to work. You leave your shit at the door and you just enjoy, you do what you have to do, you try to have as much fun as possible while you're doing it. And obviously with streaming, like I was saying, it's the same concept. You walk in, everything else doesn't matter, your personal life, unless like something detrimental happens, obviously.
But that was the question to ask yourself is
Right.
where are you on that spectrum? You know what I mean? Because from season to season, 1 month we might be talking like you're talking right now, where it's like leave the shit at the door, I'm gonna get my job done because this is what I do, versus the person that's doing it for themselves that is more the casual.
But like, so I get that, but also, like at least my personal view is when it comes to that, and like, truthfully, this is like semi hypocritical because I'm not keeping up as much as possible. But to be fair, my stream specifically says undetermined schedule. I do not have anything that I'm holding myself to strictly because, like you said, it is possible. Like you can just be all around. Like sometimes you can get to it, sometimes you can't. But like, I haven't decided this is exactly what I plan on doing for the rest of my life. Like in general, I want to do something like internet wise, and I want to be able to like entertain people and whatnot, or I want to do music if I can ever get someone to do a fucking band again. But that's a whole different conversation because nobody in Erie wants to get shit together. Anyhow, what did you say, Mark?
I'll play bass.
You play bass?
Yeah.
Oh
There's
shit.
Literally 2 basses right
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, I didn't even fucking see him. It looks like you're in a different position than normal. Okay, I didn't see him. But
I can play the kazoo. I
Play
play a
mean kazoo?
mean. I can play a mean kazoo, buddy.
but like, it's just I kind of lost where I was going with this. I had a very specific thing, but with that being said, is just I feel like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. You're not gonna find yourself on one spectrum or the other. You're gonna find a way to make it work. Is essentially what I'm thinking. It's like you have to have consistency. If you don't have consistency, you're going to fall. But like, what I know that's my issue right now. I don't have consistency. Like even like so, you can all make fun of me after the stream, or you can make fun of me on stream, whatever. Like even with when I do like when I grind out videos for the cursed app, everyone probably knows what I mean.
You fucking loser.
I fucking do.
You
can hate
fucking
me all
loser.
you like.
I know exactly what app you're talking about. Fucking
Bro,
I grind
rip
out-
Vine. Rip Vine.
TikTok.
Oh, I
Dude,
was a second guess.
Bros,
That's the move, though. Like when I'm
That is the
consistent,
move.
when I'm consistent on that app, I will get multiple followers a day, and I will get
bro,
like
right
I'll get
now,
hella likes. and
TikTok,
stuff.
TikTok
It's
and
unfortunately.
yeah, TikTok and LinkedIn are the
Yeah.
two main ones. They are basic. All right, so you have to, if you look at it like technically, because they're newer platforms, their algorithm is set up in such a manner that no matter what you post, they want to show it to as many human beings as possible. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram still okay, but Instagram, even Twitter, their algorithm, and YouTube, their algorithm is so locked down to the specific, like they don't share it as hard. You know what I mean?
Not
Like,
YouTube.
Facebook is ridiculous. Like Facebook, if you have a link that takes you away from Facebook on your
Most of the
fucking
time,
post,
they'll get rid of it.
Don't show it.
they will. That's why you have to be crafty about it. Like usually, if I posted something, I'll like Splash Screen Gaming on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, because if you put a link to Twitch, they're gonna cut your audience down by like 25%. I
Yeah.
used to know the actual piece. It was like if it was a video, they pushed your reach by like 50%. If it was a picture, they pushed it by like 25.
Amazing, dude.
If it was a regular one, it was just regular. If it was a link that took you away, it was like a minus 25% push. There's this whole, but TikTok and LinkedIn, they're pushing everything right now because they're
Yeah.
trying to build that platform. I wish I could remember his name, but there's a guy that does a lot of networking, like podcast stuff and lectures, and I've been watching him a little bit lately. And he was basically saying, if you run a social media idea, you need to cut the idea that you're going to stick with that social media and f the platform. You're chasing the audience. So who cares where the platform's at? You
Yeah.
need to focus more on the audience and less
everything
on the platform
changes.
itself. Exactly.
All platforms will go away one day. I mean,
Right.
people thought MySpace was going to stay around
Theoretically.
forever.
Can't wait for Instagram to die, TBH. I love it, but like, there's so many people on there that's just like, this is definitely an ad, and you're like, oh, I can't.
Agent
I
Venom.
don't have a job.
Yeah.
That's me. Sorry.
But that kind of ends my thought on my statement there.
Like, So, just a quick thing on like what James said. Like, theoretically, all platforms will die one day. Like, there are certain platforms that are going to stay around. Like, maybe they will die, but not in our lifetime. In our lifetime, we're probably going to be hanging out with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, so on and so forth, till we die.
Well,
I don't
definitely
know about that
Facebook,
one.
Sure.
I
I
honestly
think
don't know
Facebook's
about that
always
one.
going to be around, man. It's a lot. It's so locked into a
Well,
generation
at
of
least
people that are
at
like
least now,
not trying to evolve with the technology.
at least
It's always going to be around.
at least now.
Still-
But what happens when Facebook 2 comes out? You know?
But a lot of them are publicly traded companies too.
Yeah.
So never be too sure on how well they're going to be in 10 years.
That is true. Now, if the company itself goes under, that's one thing. But like, MySpace is still there, you know. So I think that, you know, working just with Geek Squad, you know, there's so many people that are never going to change and don't want to change the way they. You got people rolling around Windows XP's computer still.
Yeah, and those
You
people are
know.
like 65 and they're going to die in like 10 years.
Well,
One thing
what
I did
I'm
want to
saying is there's people that are always going to gravitate towards the specific platforms only strictly on the grounds that they don't want to change.
Well, you look at like a lot of the kids growing up now. I mean, not as many, a lot more people, a lot more kids, you know, mainly socialize on Snapchat than they do on Facebook.
Yeah, but Facebook's a hub for all of it. They own
Snapchat's
both
where
of those
it's at,
companies.
you know.
Facebook, I'm pretty positive Facebook bought out Snapchat, and I know they have Instagram. I know that.
I don't
one.
know if they bought out Snapchat.
I thought they had.
I don't know.
Snapchat.
I know for sure it's Instagram, but I don't know if they have Snapchat. I don't think they do.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think
they own
Snapchat's
someone else.
Like the Snap Company or something. Or Snap Inc. or some shit.
Something I wanted
stupid.
to point out real quick back when we were talking about like algorithms and shit.
That YouTube algorithm
Facebook's-
changes all the time.
Is in not Facebook's. Wow, YouTube's is legitimately random. It's 100%. They change it all the time.
Every 6 months.
It's
But
like
like,
they
yeah.
have a whole division.
yeah, but
that
if you
works
put
on
like the
specific
wrong
things.
tag at the wrong time, you'll get pushed to like the bottom.
Mhm.
Like this one of these YouTubers that I was that do a podcast. He was talking about it. I don't know if you guys know who Swagger Souls is, and anyone in the audience know who Swagger Souls is. Hello, all three viewers. Thank you for viewing and hanging out and chilling. But he was talking about how like the algorithm's constantly changing, and yes, it may like legitimately change every 6 months, but there's always small tweaks that could cause you to either skyrocket to the top #1 trending or just never be seen by anybody.
Mhm.
Like it's completely and utterly random almost all the time, and like you'll have 1 week where it's this, and then 1 week where it's a complete 180 of that and turns into that thing over there, and then so on and so forth. That's why YouTube is like, yes, theoretically anyone can be a YouTuber. Like it's not that difficult, but at the same time, it's extremely hard because you have to learn the algorithm. You have to learn
Right.
to play. And
By the rules.
the unfortunate thing is like a lot of the time with a lot of the shit that like we do on like the internet and everything, it has to be a little clickbaity because that's how people get views.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like, especially with like YouTube.
I've been on YouTube
creamer.
for fucking forever, it seems like, and I've seen the
That feels
trends
like a
come
long
and
time
go.
for me, too.
You know, I've seen the rise and fall of things like gaming channels, or the prank videos, the animations. I've seen the rise and fall of that all, and now like the big thing is like, things like toy reviews. That's kind of a big thing now, and that's gonna go away one of these days.
And like, a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, Let's Plays died." This at the third. They didn't die at all. They just moved to the platform that is appropriate for Let's Plays, which i.e. Twitch. Like that's why the Let's Play audience all just watches Twitch now, because it's easier to have someone live playing a game that you can actually tune into, and
That's
say you missed a
supposedly
live
why-
stream, you go to their
That's
library.
supposedly why people don't like titty streamers.
Wait, what?
So they ruin the platform, quote unquote.
Oh, well, so that's a whole nother thing that I don't want to get into. I genuinely
We'll just
like,
avoid that.
whatever gets your money, but like I don't like it. I think it's a little whatever.
Distasteful.
I mean, like get your money, do what you need to do. It's fine. Like it's not my life, it's not my issue, but I just feel like it'll give Twitch like a bad name in the long run. But not even like the people who don't do it on purpose, the people that legitimately try to do it specifically. But once again, get your money, do you? It's fine.
I'll
But
get paid
now
not to think about that.
straying away from that, because if we keep going into that, it might get a little dicey. But and like even Mixer, with like as much as people hate Mixer now, that's going to become a pretty big platform for people who want to do Let's Plays and stuff. Even though Mixer's still fairly small, but they keep getting big ass people, so who knows where that's actually going to go.
And they still can't fix their fucking system.
I know. I'm having issues with it too.
They're trying.
They're not. But they're not, though. How about instead of signing, Ninja and whoever the fuck they signed next, Shroud, sure.
Yeah.
How about instead of that, spend that money towards, making a good thing, making a good intuitive system that is clean and easy to use. How about
Oh,
that?
God. Burn.
Well, I think on that note, let's get on with the news,
Yeah.
shall we? Before,
Hey, at least that was only an hour this time.
yeah, it
Just
was
like normal.
only an hour.
We did, yeah, but we covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we really did. We did cover a bunch of stuff.
I think we had some really heartfelt conversations.
I do too. I feel closer.
I feel closer to all of you, all y'all. That face you made, Mark. It was great. It was golden.
What's wrong with my face?
What's wrong with my face?
My mother says I have a nice face.
I was told it's okay.
That his face is okay.
My face is okay.
Oh.
Wait, Jeff's mom told you that your face was okay?
No, my
Yeah,
God.
like you gotta be more specific.
Yeah, you gotta be really.
Well, my mom told me my face is okay, and I haven't seen my dad in about 7 or 8 years, so that's where we're at.
Oof.
Oh.
We're chilling though. It's good.
Let's go to the news.
Let's go to
On
the
that
news.
note,
Nate's dad's
this
still
just in,
gone.
Crippling depression.
Nate's dad's still at the store buying cigarettes.
It happens. Lines are long, man. It's whatever.
All right, it's a new month, guys. This is our first November
Yeah,
November
happy November,
podcast. Happy
everybody.
November.
God.
Anyone do any Halloween stuff?
No.
Don't care. We should have talked about that during our week. So, PlayStation Plus. It's a new month. That means new games on PlayStation Plus. So let's take a look here. This is from the official PlayStation blog. 2 new games coming out: Neo and Outlast 2. Outlast probably should have been out last month. I would say swap
That would have made sense.
swap The Last of Us with Outlast 2. We would have been perfect. So there's Neo, kind of getting people hyped for Neo 2 coming out next year. Dark Souls but Samurai, and Outlast 2.
Oh.
Yeah. So I own Neo. I played the alpha and both betas of Neo, and I thought it was great. I thought it was a really fun game. I'm still haven't even put in the disc for Neo 1. It's been like 2 goddamn years.
Much like Siege.
Much like Siege. Well, at least Siege I popped into my system
That's fair.
and downloaded it once. Outlast 2 is a survival horror game. You kind of hide and you know. I remember playing the first one.
Yeah, it's your most basic like sense of a horror game. It's kind of lame,
Yeah.
personally.
On the other hand, the games with gold for this month, they got some bangers.
Like
so
what?
so you got Sherlock Holmes and the Devil's Daughter. It's an adventure
I
game.
don't know what that is.
There's a lot of Sherlock Holmes
this-
games, honestly.
Yeah, there's a lot. Then there's the final station is apocalyptic side-scrolling shooter that juggles. This is from GameSpot. Oh my god, their fucking site is the worst. Oh my god,
It's not great.
stop. Two different styles of play. Edward, he tries to outrun an apocalyptic train. When moving full speed ahead, your job is to keep the train on track and away, trying to weary passengers. Cool.
He's outrunning
Huh?
an apocalyptic train.
Yeah, apocalyptic train.
Tell me about this.
So, here are the full games. November 1st through the 30th, you can get Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter. From November 16th through December 15th, you can get The Final Station. Then, from November 1st to 15th, you can get Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. That's a solid Xbox original game. And November 16th through 30th, you can get Joyride Turbo. I have no idea what Joyride Turbo is.
Good old Joyride Turbo.
An instant classic is what people are calling it. They're not. So neither have like really bangers, in my opinion. They're neither of
What
them. Are,
people? You
Yeah.
know, the people.
yeah, I'm sure someone out there was like, "This is an instant classic, game of our generation." Death Stranding comes out soon, like Friday. So let's talk about Death Stranding a little bit. Hey, you guys want to know how long the final sequence of the game is going to be?
Like 2.5 hours?
Yeah. Kojima, the absolute madman, the guy that gave me Metal Gear Solid 4 where it had like an hour 45-minute cutscene that just wouldn't goddamn end. God damn it, Kojima.
What?
God
Yeah,
damn it,
literally,
Kojima.
Every cutscene was like an hour long.
Yeah.
Fucking game.
I have to go to work tomorrow morning. Just stop.
Like, I can't
I
watch a
need to
movie
go to
right now.
bed.
I thought I was gonna
can't-
shoot people.
Can't watch a movie right now.
So, I can't wait to explore Norman Reedus and his funky fetus. I just can't wait for it. I can't wait to explore that.
I still don't know what the fuck the game is about.
Nobody does.
Like I've yet to watch a single trailer.
Think
The only
anybody's
thing I've
done
watched
that.
was
Well-
the teaser for V3.
Well, here's the thing. Even if you watch the trailers and stuff for it, you're still going to be
It's
like,
not gonna help.
what the fuck is this about? Why is Norman Reedus carrying around a fetus?
Is there any concept of the game though? Like, do we know literally anything?
Yeah, you have to connect the United States.
Oh.
You carry shit.
Yeah,
to
you
place
can't.
to place.
Yeah,
All I know is there's a piss meter.
yeah. You gotta connect Washington D.C. to I think like San Francisco
Carrying packages.
and carry packages. You are USPS. You're the United States Postal Service.
United States Postal
See.
Service, the game.
Of,
Yeah.
of fetuses though.
Yeah, fetuses. And like Jeff Keighley's in it. Guillermo del
United States
Toro's in
Postal
it.
Service. Black
Uh,
Market Edition.
Conan O'Brien's in it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien's in
They
it. Yeah,
face track him?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
cool.
Same with
Amazing.
Jeff Keighley. He's a very very prominent member of the gaming like news outlets and stuff like that. Very well respected. Very good friends with Hideo Kojima too, which makes me jealous. But I guess he was saying like Kojima just invited him to his studio one day, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, buddy, I'll come to your studio." And he's like, "Hey, we wanna face track you and everything. We wanna like render your face in this." And he's like, "Okay, for what?" And he's like, "I'm not telling you.
Just come here.
Just come here. We want to
Come here
put."
so I can
I
track
want your face.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
want your face.
And then Keeley was
you.
like,
Just
"All right."
Yeah, give me your face.
Give me your face. That's great.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly how it went. Netflix is making a new series based on a video game called The Witcher. starring Superman.
So it's just buff Legolas. That's all he looks like.
I mean, he looks a lot like Geralt. Ain't gonna lie, he looks a lot like Geralt of Riviera.
He looks a lot like Geralt.
Yeah, they did it pretty well.
Yeah. It's,
I know it's Geralt.
yeah, oh, I was about to say. God damn it, Fire Emblem, it's Hubert, not Herbert. Fuck off. I always that's kind of like the running joke of that series is like, oh, Herbert here. It's like, no, it's fucking Hubert, you idiot.
You wrote the goddamn game. Shit.
God damn it,
You love the
Miyamoto.
goddamn game.
But yeah, that's it finally has a release date for when the Witcher series is coming to Netflix.
Ooh.
And it's coming really soon actually. As in next month, December 20th. Just in time for Christmas. So
We
when
got
you're
another. What's up?
What?
Sorry, continue. I have some. This is going to be a conversation.
Oh, good. So just in time for Christmas, we could sit down and watch a Witcher fuck people and kill monsters. Have gigantic orgies and kill monsters. You can't beat that.
Hell yeah. On the note of like cool things that are coming out this month, that I mean, technically, we could leave this towards like the releases and whatnot, but I'm curious as to what you guys' opinions are. Fallen Order comes out the 15th.
Yeah, dude. That's
Is anyone excited for that game, considering it's going to be like the furthest thing from your typical Star Wars game? Supposedly.
Not overly
I mean-
excited about it, to be honest.
I mean,
But
No?
it's by
I'm
the
not overly excited about it.
it's by the Titanfall crew, so it's gonna be good.
I think it's gonna be solid. Like, so I watched like the gameplay that's been released so far, and like it looks like it's gonna be really good. The mechanics for like actual, it's like being able to physically use the Force and not those action moments of like ripping a door off because you need to, but like being able to use the Force throughout the game to like at free will, like if you need to use Force or if you just want to. I think that's really cool. And the pure fact, like I'm a big Cameron Monaghan fan. I think he's great. I love him in pretty much everything he's done. My personal favorite is him in Shameless, but a lot of people know him from fucking what's it called? Gotham, the show that should have died years ago. But yeah, I'm super hyped. I think it's gonna be really good. I feel like a lot of people are still thinking it's going to have too much of a like Battlefield vibe, but like not Battlefield, Battlefront. That's what I'm looking for. Too many battle games. But yeah, I think Respawn's gonna kill it, and I'm excited for it.
Respawn hasn't made a bad game yet.
Correct. Even if like you're not a huge fan of battle royales, like Apex is a solid game pretty much all around.
Titanfall 2 is one of the best first-person shooters
Oh, yeah.
come out in years
100%.
that no one played because fucking EA. Fucking
Like,
EA
no one
released.
played Titanfall 1, 2. It was disappointing.
Titanfall 2 was.
Titanfall 2 is
Amazing.
fantastic.
If you said you played Titanfall 1 and it was disappointing, Mark?
It was
Titanfall
great.
1.
I enjoyed it. It's just nobody really played it.
Yeah. That's the reason we didn't get a Titanfall 3. That's why we got Apex.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess Apex takes place in the Titanfall universe, apparently.
Yeah, supposedly. Like this is like the
I
game
don't know
show that they
how.
watch or whatever.
But
But
like EA knows how to fuck over Respawn though, because
Yeah.
like Titanfall 1 came out as an Xbox One exclusive, so that
Mhm.
right there fucked them. And then
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 came out the same goddamn day as Battlefield 5
that is right.
or Battlefield 1, the same day. It's like that's a good way to kill a game.
Isn't that like self-defeating? Doesn't who did Battlefield 1?
EA.
That's what okay, yeah. What the fuck? What was the plan here?
It's like Apex and Anthem.
Yeah, because that's both EA.
But Anthem was like legitimately like problematic.
That was the first thing that came out in mind too. was those two
Well,
games.
The only reason they released Apex like a week before Anthem because they realized Anthem was going to be a fucking trash fire.
It's gonna be shit, yeah.
They needed cash.
And then
Well,
they were
they're
like,
not gonna
"Oh
release
man,
a shit game and then be like, hey, we're gonna release another one, play this, and then everyone's gonna be like, nah, dude, your last game fucked off. Fuck you. So
Yeah.
shit.
And the
That's how I
thing that
feel.
the thing that like with Apex is hilarious is it just fucking dropped. Like nobody knew about it. It just showed up one day, and everyone's like, "What is this?"
It blew up so fast, though. Like, it took over Twitch for a while, and like when Season 3 came back out, it kind of reworked the game a little bit, and like it took over again. And then Fortnite Chapter 2 happened.
Yeah, then Fortnite 2, Love on the Battlefield. God damn it! You guys need to play that game. You guys really need to play Fortnite 2. All of you.
Not like actual Fortnite.
No, like Fortnite 2. Not Fortnite Chapter 2. Fortnite 2.
It's a whole different thing. It's wild.
Fortnite 2. Fortnite 2 Love on the Battlefield is the full title of the game. It's grand. It's a grand old time. That's all that I have for news. Because I thought one of you guys were going to talk about Blizzard.
So, I mean, we definitely can talk about Blizzard. But you talked about, like, Netflix and shit. So, something else that dropped this week. Go to Apple Plus. Apple TV Plus, whatever the hell that is.
Oh,
Apple
yeah.
TV. I can never say just Apple TV because then people think I'm talking about, like, the box. But, so I haven't watched a lot of it. I saw the trailer and a little bit of a couple minutes of one of the episodes of this new show called C.
Oh,
And
that's the
God
Jason Momoa show.
Damn, that show is good. Like, it's like, we might get a little bit of flack for this, but it's kind of like if Game of Thrones was good. Like, it has a similar concept as like Kingdoms, but like, I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with like the concept of the show, but it's like 600 years in the future, and everyone's kind of like tribalistic views, and like sight completely fell out. Like everyone's blind, and then like the entire concept, like in the trailers. So like to make sure, obviously I'm not spoiling anything because this is in the trailer, and if you haven't watched the trailer, sorry. They have a kid, and the kid is able to see. The kid has sight again. After 600 years, vision came back. What blinded them, I don't know. It's probably going to tell us in the storyline, but like I haven't seen that part yet. I just watched Jason Momoa chop a dude's head off and stab him with a hairpin, and it was great.
So here's the
Jason
real
Momoa's
question.
a badass.
Here's the real question.
Okay.
Is it as good as the best Game of Thrones show, Vikings?
Isn't that also Jason Momoa?
No.
No? Oh, no, I'm thinking of Frontier. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really watched Vikings. This show, I keep saying movie because like it feels like a movie. It doesn't feel like just a show. That's like the cool thing that I like about it. Like everyone said that about that Game of Thrones, but like I didn't feel like that felt like a movie. This legitimately feels like a legitimate story. Like Game of Thrones obviously was a story, but
Did you watch all Game of Thrones?
I watched some of the first season, and then
That's
I
your
watched the last
problem, man.
2 episodes.
That's your problem.
Yeah,
bro.
so you only watch the
I
bad
haven't seen
parts.
any of that show either.
Yeah, like
So my favorite episode of Game of Thrones, 100%. Like mind you, I don't have a lot of interest, like a lot of like knowledge of it, but I love the last episode. The symbolism in that it was fantastic. Like I'm assuming if you guys like Game of Thrones, you would have seen the last episode.
Nah,
So
not at all.
do you give a shit?
Nah.
Okay, Mark, I'm assuming you sound like a Game of Thrones fan.
Yeah,
Did you
you're
watch the last
fine.
episode? Okay, so what had happened, and if anyone hasn't watched it, it's been out for,
it's been long
it's
enough.
been a couple months.
It's fucking
But anyway,
already.
so essentially what happens is like Daenerys gets stabbed, she dies, whatever. But like the thing that I thought was perfect and the reason everyone got mad was like the dragon ended up melting the throne. I thought the symbolism for that was perfect because it was the throne and none of the people were inherently evil. It was the throne that was causing a corruption and a greed. Like that's what I got from like the dragon doing that. And then because Jon Snow was right there, he could have fucking roasted his ass, like physically roasted his ass. But he chose to go after the throne. After he did that, he picked up Daenerys and he flew away, and everyone kind of just like went into their own respective ideals.
Well, the thing that people that were super
Yeah, that
pissed
thing
off
pissed
about
me
it,
off, though.
like
That
a,
wasn't the part that pissed me off.
yeah, that whole last season I hear was a train wreck. The whole
All I
like
know
last
is the-
season or two was a fucking train wreck.
It was just so off compared to what it should have been.
Yeah, well, because they didn't have any reference materials. They didn't have. It was just like, hey,
HBO making it.
yeah, hey, do it. No reference, just do it.
Do stuff. Like the episode before that, I saw when I was in NYC, and it was just a lot of buildings falling and people getting thrown off of buildings. And
It's literally like the whole climax of the entire story. Like you're building
Yeah.
that story for like 6 or 7 seasons, and then literally the second to last episode is where all the shit goes down. And you're
Mhm.
like, okay, like this is what I've been waiting for, and then it fucking ends.
Yeah.
And-
Like a show that
Mm.
that has basically thrived on building up and creating these characters and being a true story kind of just ended in a flash.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then they just, I mean, I don't want to completely ruin it, but it's just the main character that Jon Snow, you thought he was going to be king. They're like, nah, fuck him. We're going to put him back in the watch because he killed the queen, even though she destroyed the entire city. And then, you know, instead of us like trying to figure out a good person, you know, fuck that sort of shit. We're just going to pick this kid who's obviously gonna make the best choices. And you know, he was only in the first season and the last season a little bit, but you know, that's fine. And then
The only thing I know of him is like he has like super like decent foresight and he's crippled. That's all I know about him.
yeah, like that's like his power. It's like he can see in the future and the past,
Okay.
like no problems.
That's like the crow's eye or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I heard.
like,
I mean, like-
it makes sense. It was so preemptive, and then they just fucking ended it.
Well, it kind of reminds me of the new, like, the third season of Twin Peaks,
Huh.
where...
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know that show. I never heard of it.
All right, go watch a good go watch seasons 1 and 2 of Twin Peaks. It's good. Season 3 is pretty because it's like... It just ends... And you're like waiting on like the final episode, and there's like 50 different things that need to be resolved, and they just don't resolve it.
Dude, that's fucking so something else that because I kind of wanted to bring this up and I didn't know that was how you're gonna end it. Perfect way for me to talk about this. There was a show that I don't know if anyone else remembers. I mean, you guys, I could assume probably would remember it, but like the majority of people probably don't. It was called Heroes. And
Yeah.
That show was fucking awesome.
It's back.
It
When
was
there was a
lame. The first season
giant
was
fucking story, and then they just stopped.
Yeah, I thought it's
Think
back.
they-
Dead in
Yeah.
their tracks.
Shit.
Well, yeah, because they cut the show.
But then they made a fucking Heroes Reborn that was kind of related to it, but also almost not at all. But there was a storyline in play. I don't know what happened to Hero. Fucking what's his name lost his powers, and I don't know if he's gonna get him back or not. Fucking his brother, I don't remember exactly what happened to him. I think he died or something. I don't remember. But fucking Sylar wasn't fucking finished. There was more shit with him, and then Hayden Panettiere, I think her name. I think that's who played that one girl. Don't know what happens to her either. Like there was a bunch of unanswered shit, and I'm tired of shows doing that. Sick of it. So mad.
Gotta get the viewers, bro.
Yeah, gotta
But,
get the
like-
views, dude.
Then they
That's-
end the fucking show.
Yeah, it's like okay, guys, we're finally hitting the viewers we wanted in the first 2 seasons. Cut our losses. But
Let's end it.
boss, we're doing well now. I said end it. It's over. We're literally making triple what we had to put into it.
Project's dead.
Done. Yeah,
And
project's
people are
dead.
getting bored. Get rid of it. Done.
And let's make a second one, and then end that too after the first season.
Yeah, but it's a prequel, so it has nothing to do with the actual show.
And then we're gonna talk about their kids because the kids are in it too.
Yeah,
Like-
actually, now I think about that, I think HBO recently announced their new thing for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it got canceled. They
Really?
canned the prequel series. Yeah,
What?
yeah, they
That's
canned it.
so,
Anyone excited for Watchmen?
I mean, I don't have HBO, so no.
I don't either.
I
But I
didn't
might
know
get it
about it.
specifically for Watch. Yeah, they're gonna make. They're already making a Watchmen TV show, which I have no idea how they're gonna do because, like, truthfully, like, yes, and people consistently agree that like Watchmen is a super well revered movie and like it was really good, but
I think people
Like-
talk more about the graphic novel. I hear more about the graphic novel.
no, yeah,
people
there's
loving
that.
it.
Agreed. Like it's fantastic. I have it right over on the shelf. It's one of my favorite comics of all time because that dude is a fucked individual, but I love his writing. Like he's great. He looks like a mountain man serial killer, but he's awesome.
yeah,
Um,
prequel's still happening.
Oh, is it?
Sorry.
I thought I read
Yeah,
that it was
it's okay.
canceled.
But realistically, like with the Watchmen story, that's it. Watchmen was like a one and done thing, unless you want to talk about Doomsday Clock, which has to do with the Watchmen. But I don't assume they'll do that because they'll need Batman, they'll need like the entire Justice League. There's a bunch of stuff, so that just could just be like a spin-off kind of thing. I have no idea. I feel like HBO is just going for as much money grab as possible, and I don't know how you're gonna have a show about heroes that are like just kill people because they need to die, when they already have a show that does that, which is The Boys, which I still don't know if I like or not.
The Boys. If not
The
for The
Boys.
Boys, then who?
For whom?
For whomst? Yeah,
Still
so
more news.
Yeah. Well, what did you have, Mark?
Google bought Fitbit for $2.1 billion.
No shit.
wow, yeah, I read about that.
They gonna make better product now?
No,
I
they're
don't
just gonna
know.
kill
I
it in a
think-
year and a half.
Honestly, I think they just want to collect even more data from their users. And having
That's where they make
actual
their money.
data would be- yeah, like you can get location information from Fitbits. Like there's a lot of information you can get from.
I mean,
there.
that's how Alphabet makes their money. I mean, yeah. So
So
So,
they're probably updating their machine learning stuff.
like, with that being said, that drives me into a little bit of like a small that I can get done pretty quickly, unless Jeff wants to talk about it as well, but a little bit of a conspiracy. Just a little quick one, but that whole Google getting your data and whatnot and like your information and shit, I like we sign ourselves up for that shit, even if they are truly like getting all of our stuff. We purchase the product. We either choose, we all 100%, because I know none of us in this room or anybody watching actually reads terms and agreements. 100%, I guarantee fucking
I read it once,
You'll click.
twice.
The only one I've read
Do
is
you know who you're
Apple's.
fucking talking to.
Yeah. Mark, I can see you reading every single terms and conditions. I bet you read all the EULAs.
All of them, but I'd say it's all at 10%.
Like the only one I've ever read was Apple's, because I wanted to see if it actually said that Apple devices cannot and will legally not be able to be used in like nuclear
Devices,
missiles. Yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious.
As what?
Okay, so in Apple's terms and conditions, like the clauses, there is a thing that it says it is not, Apple products are not to be used in conjunction with like nuclear devices. Like it cannot be used to like
warfare or any
yeah.
shit.
like anything to do with nuclear and
Okay.
governmental shit. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna stop there. You're not allowed to do that.
Nip
the
that
kibosh
problem.
on that shit.
I wonder how many people were like, "Fuck, damn it." Well, I guess we just have to go over to something else then. We gotta use this
So you're telling
BlackBerry.
me I can't? I can't. We're gonna go to the BlackBerry. So you're telling me I can't? It's like use my nuclear. No, my God, nuclear missile silo with my Apple device. I can't compare it with HomeKit.
Dang.
Hey Siri, drop the nukes.
You have. Okay, so this is satire, but I can just imagine. Hey, Trump goes, "Hey Siri, hit Korea." Can't do that, sir.
Fuck.
Says terms and conditions, clause 30. Cannot use nuclear devices. Fuck, I didn't read it.
He's just like, damn it. Now what am I gonna do? I have this phone that has a big red button on it.
But I just can't do anything with it.
Can't seem to get it to work right.
It just presses.
I need the tech team.
I have
It
both
takes
of these
dying.
keys.
Take it
Damn
to
it.
Best Buy.
Take it. Can the Geek Squad fix it? But what I was saying with the Google thing, because we got into terms and conditions, but like, first of all, I don't really think that like obviously they do that. You set up a way to like learn what people want to buy, because like you have to, like that's how people get ads. It's people how do things, having a stroke. Anyway,
Do things.
but like, I'm not even upset about it. Not even a little. Like I know people
Yeah,
are like
well,
up in
that's
arms
kinda what I
about it.
expected.
No, this is once again. I'm gonna reiterate, like we signed ourselves up for this. Like even like people that are like, well, I don't want Google Home recording me or like getting my information, and I don't want Alexa or this, that, the third. You signed yourself up for it when you bought the fucking device.
Yeah, look at the thing that's going on right now with the murder. There's a murder that happened down here in Florida,
Really?
and the FBI is trying to get Alexa recordings.
I think I did hear something about that because it has like the fucking like the build up and everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
A
what-
podcast
yeah.
I listened to that was talking about that last.
So it's like, yeah, you accepted the terms of service.
Yep.
That shit is on all the time. All the
Like-
time.
Exactly. And like you purchase the device with the intent to ask it questions, to serve yourself and learn your needs. It's literally in it's what you're buying it for. Like exactly what you want it to not do is what you're buying it to do. Like
Well,
there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
But my Google Alexa will not. You know, it can't. I'm making sure that my home didn't go off. But my Google Alexa, I can't. It can't hear me if I'm wearing my tinfoil hat.
It might be able to hear you better. I might use it as a
Yeah, it's
fucking
actually
amplifier.
bro. Haven't you ever stuck that shit in the back of a TV? Oh wait, that was before your time.
No, I remember those days. Well, no, we used soda cans on the antenna. On the
Good old
rabbit ears.
sody pop cans. Fucking, it's just crazy because like, I talk to people about that stuff and like, obviously I go about it a much different way when I'm having a conversation with like another human being that is of older descent because everyone our age understands what's going on.
Bless you.
Bless you. Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Fuck you! Don't tell me how to live my life.
People, if you just unplug the device, like if you don't want it working at that period in time, unplug the device. But then you're defeating the purpose. Then because then you have to get up, go plug it in when you want to use it, then unplug it when you don't want to use it. Like at that point, just go fucking check the lights. Then just go turn the light on. Go turn your music on. Buy a Bluetooth speaker, but half of them are going to be coming with Alexa now, anyways. Deal with that. There's
Yeah.
no way around it. This is the future. This is what's going on. And like I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson being like, "Oh, I don't want people to know what I'm buying because that takes away the ability to go to a store and look and find something that's cool to buy." Well, like that's not what we fucking wanted. That's not what the future is. And like he acknowledged, he's like, "This is probably like my old man on the porch attitude," but I want to be able to go. They're robbing me of the experience of finding something new. And I guess you could look at it that way. But
I
that's-
don't know, man. Have
it's
you
kinda
ever
dumb?
have you ever
in my
just searched Amazon at like 3 a.m? I found a lot
No,
of stuff that's new.
Exactly. Like
Neil deGrasse Tyson needs to shut the fuck up. I don't even like that man.
I love Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like just because like he's an interesting personality. Like when he's on podcasts and shit, he's fucking like he's you wouldn't think
Bill-
he's like an
Bill
incredibly,
Nye's
incredibly
better.
intelligent person.
Bill Nye's better. Get out of here.
I mean, Bill Nye's better is equivalent to saying fucking Dr. Phil's a good psychologist.
Yep.
I will die on this hill alone saying that Bill Nye is the
will.
greatest science guy.
Nope.
I mean, I don't mind the Bill Nye. Like I love him. Like he was my childhood. He's how I learned science.
Bill,
But-
Bill.
Bill Nye, the science guy. But it's just people. I feel like the argument is like self-defeating because this is exactly what we asked for. We want, and now everyone's afraid of it. Like, so I guess the thing that boggles my mind the most is like the older generation who was expecting all of this. They knew about this stuff in movies and whatnot before Mark, before me, before you, and probably when you were like 3, we were born. Like, this is what they wanted to happen. This is what they were making movies and like, oh, that's cool, so awesome. And now that they're afraid of it. Well, like, you kind of asked for it.
Yeah, but
this is evolution. This is what's going to happen.
But the Jetsons don't have the government.
But the Jetsons don't have the government. They got maid robots.
Yeah, you just give me my maid robot, dude.
I mean, okay, get a Roomba.
But that's not a maid robot.
Get a lot of Roombas, stack them on top of each other, and glue two one of the sides as arms.
Yeah, but can the maid Roomba robot make me dinner? No, it can't.
No,
Not with that
But-
attitude.
there is a surprisingly enough, I don't know if any of y'all have been to NYC, but there is a I can't remember the company, but it's a company that tests new products and you can buy them from them for X amount of price. And there's a robot that you can teach to go grab drinks out of the fridge and bring them to you.
Oh, Japan's had that for fucking years.
It's old news.
Like, this is old news. Japan has that. Like,
okay,
there's,
but like
there's
this is like
rest-
accessible in the US now.
Oh, okay. There's restaurants, like, legit, there's restaurants in Japan that do not have human waiters. Robots will come to your table, be like, yo, what do you want? You tell them, yo, this is what I want, and it goes, okay. It goes back, prints the order out to the people in the back. They cook it up. They go in, grab it. They put it in their little tummies, and then bring it out. The robots bring it out and just be like, yeah, here's your food.
Eat up. I just
Yeah,
regurgitated
actually,
this. Do they talk? Do they have like
Yeah.
they can respond and shit too,
Yeah.
or is it like keywords?
I don't know the extent of it, but I know it's a
Okay.
thing.
It's not like
Probably
total
key-
autonomy, I think, but like I'm assuming.
Everything uses keywords.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I want to have a conversation with Dave. That's my server bot.
I can't do that, Dave.
Conversation, and I are the keywords. Okay.
Now that we've learned my name, what do you want to drink? Just the day that they just get to the point, they're like, "Can you fucking order before I strangle you?" Like, come on. Because like you're not going to be able to like police a robot. Like, truthfully, like if the robot gets fed up with you, it's going to be game fucking over. They're going to throw their plate at you.
And
That's
then
probably the problem.
Right?
and then
They're just
at
fucking
that
gonna
point,
shoot it out of its stomach.
at that point, we're just in near world. We're just in near.
Yeah.
At that point.
Fucking Skynet. It's actually just a chain of restaurant workers. That's what we're actually starting to fear.
Just a bunch of Japanese robot servers.
Yes.
I think that's what I'm gonna name this podcast. A bunch of Japanese robot servers.
Depending on the connotation, that could be dicey.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm very interested to see where we're gonna go, like, with all this, and like, what is y'all opinions? Like, I know like you guys see this. I know Mark said he didn't really care, but like, do you guys think of it as like a quote unquote invasion of privacy, even though it's like kind of what you signed up for?
Well, I mean,
well,
I have a Google Home, I have a Google Phone, I got a Google TV.
yeah.
He's like, I'm locked in.
But it kind of goes into like the same stuff that that Facebook got into trouble with a little while back with the privacy piece. It's like, yeah, you accepted the terms of service, but at the same time, like,
You expect that company to uphold values.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not secure.
exactly, like.
Well,
that's
how
actually
can you
beautifully put, actually. That's exactly
How-
what it is. You expect that company to uphold some values.
how can you expect a company to uphold values when the head of that company is a fucking robot?
Okay, so I thought you were going somewhere like different with that. I thought you were gonna like go into like what I was gonna be like. I had an idea of. I don't know if he's a robot, and he's definitely not a lizard person. He's just a stressed out man because running a multi-billion-dollar company is probably fucking awful.
Well,
Go into space.
How the hell does a wax statue of him have more life than the actual
because
person?
the man's drained. Like,
Tired.
so the way I look at like the whole Facebook debacle is once again like, yes, you signed up for it, and I feel like you're expecting it to do more than what the company is there for. And I mind you, they're not selling like legitimate personal data. They're connected with Google, and they're selling you ads like for things that you talk about and things that you want, and like that's not technically the information they weren't supposed to leak. They're not supposed to leak your phone number, your date of birth, this, that, the third, which they don't. I don't think
Just
so, at least. But like, I
Whenever
haven't
they
seen
had the
anything.
issues with the Cambridge Analytica thing, like
Yeah,
it was just all downhill from there.
but like,
Whenever you give people your data, you sort of expect that those breaches don't happen. And
I get that, but at the same time, like, unless you like are trying to hide And if you were trying to hide, you wouldn't be on Facebook, i.e., like Snowden's not on Facebook for a fucking reason. Because the Zuck will find him. The Zuck will give him a suck, I'm telling you.
Assimilate with the
It's
Zuck.
coming. It's coming.
Like,
The Zuck gives only the best sucks.
apply for one Zuck suck. Fucking, I don't know. I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. And I definitely understand how, like, some people think it might be. But, I mean, I personally don't give a shit. Like, I know what I'm getting into. Like, I know that my information's out there. And the second you hop on the internet, your IP address is out there. So if someone decided to try fucking hard enough, they could do it. They could get all your info. It's inevitable. Like, as Thanos would say, I am inevitable. Like, it's gonna fucking happen. Like, look at the people who get, like, swatted and shit. Like, if someone wants your info, they have your info.
Yeah.
You're gonna say something, James?
Oh no, I'm just looking at my chat. Walker's spamming
Oh.
robots in my chat.
Oh, I saw your eyes widen. You get really. What's going on? Is he has some?
I don't like the Avengers reference, but Mark, what else do you have?
That's all that I had.
Oh,
Just
okay.
about Google and
I know
Facebook.
the only reason I
Let-
went off about that is because I know
Data and privacy.
Nate, did you find that list? Did you find the part
Yo,
2?
I'm having a hard ass fucking. But-
That dead silence, fantastic.
What?
Just when you go mute out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Oh, am I good now?
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see. I don't tend to have this issue. I think it's because Walker's not here. This shit fell on
Somebody has
me.
to, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone has to have that issue.
But
You can't find the article, right?
I don't think it's here anymore because like the Nerd Much one isn't, and the Culture Vultures is like. Did I start off with Cold Fear? Like, is that the
Yeah.
first one I was talking about?
Yeah.
It was? Okay,
Well,
then I
no.
am on the right game.
Was it Cold Fear? I don't even remember.
Because the second one was Slender the Arrival.
No, this is different.
No, yeah, this is a different fucking one. I can't.
Why the fuck
find it.
is Cold Fear on that list? That game sucked.
Well, it's number 50 for probably a
Play
reason.
goddamn Resident Evil 4.
It's a bunch of other games though.
Like that one had like Resident Evil 2 like up in like the top 5 and shit.
I think that's the one
Uh,
that Walker talked about.
Maybe. Yeah, I did. It was a top 50 that I did.
Yeah, they only have the first 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone has anything like Jeff, you haven't really. If you have something, go for it because I'm gonna look for this list again.
Yeah, Jeff, how about that BlizzCon?
Yeah.
I haven't caught much of it. Other than I didn't catch much of the BlizzCon, but I did catch quite a bit on the Overwatch 2 coming out.
Tell us about
Should
it.
be interesting. Yeah, it looks good. It looks like it's gonna be fun. It adds a bunch of different gaming styles to it. Looks like a pretty significant graphical overhaul, and new items found on maps such as like power-ups and stuff.
Oh, cool.
I was watching one stream or YouTube video earlier that was suggesting that Torbjorn gets some sort of ability that he throws 3 turrets down at once instead of 1, and these type of power-ups are going to be littered throughout the map. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, so I literally just heard about all this stuff like a minute like yesterday or the day before. Walker sent me a text. He's like, "Yo, Overwatch 2, you should look into that." I'm like, "What?" So yeah, I don't know. Everything I've seen on it so far, there's a lot of positive hype on it. I haven't really heard anybody throwing any hate. But a handful. I guess they're going to start dropping new characters with it too. There was a question on whether or not they're going to wait until the next generation of console or not. So I don't know. I'm excited about it. I'm going to check it out. I have to look into this a little bit more, but they were suggesting that first off, everything from Overwatch 1 will come with you to Overwatch 2.
Well, I would hope so.
Mm-hmm. And they said something along the lines of Overwatch 1 will still work with it or something. Somehow the two are still tethered together. You just don't have access to the stuff. So I'm wondering if Overwatch 2 is just going to be like a DLC type upgrade type. You know what I mean?
That'd be the way to do it, honestly.
Yeah, and then if you don't get it, then you just still roll with the first generation of idea. But there's supposed to be a bunch.
Classic maps or whatever.
Right. And there's supposed to be a bunch of other like graphical overhauls, like the UI and things like that. So I don't know, man. It's something I'm definitely going to keep my eye on because it looks like it's going to be nice.
Be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's going to be a lot like what Fortnite did with Chapter 2.
Yeah, probably.
They also
see.
announced Diablo 4.
They did. And now they have to. What is it? Diablo 4 is supposed to come out in 2020, and then Overwatch in 2021.
They didn't
Probably.
really
What it
make
is?
an announcement for it.
Okay.
I would assume probably 2021, late
Yeah, maybe
2020.
that's just a guesstimate or something, or
I hear Diablo 4 is going to be online only, which a lot of people are upset about. It's going to have like a gathering hub like in Destiny or something like that, like one of those live service games. Yeah. And then they like Hearthstone stuff and a new WoW expansion. But the thing I was most excited for was the Q&A.
Oh god.
Well, the clips that I've seen, one of my favorite clips from it, and this person's kind of a dick, but this kid's a fucking asshole. But this one dude comes up to do the question. He goes
To the questioning.
Yeah, to say his question. He goes, "Free Hong Kong, revolution of our time," and the announcer goes, "All right," and the dude just sits back down. Then another guy comes up, has a legitimate question as this one kid is screaming, "Free Hong Kong, free Hong Kong," gets in front of the camera and goes, "Free Hong Kong," and the host of it kind of has like, basically I feel like he was about to just murder this child. He's like, "Yo, you want to say something? You want to say something?" And the kid goes, "Yeah, free Hong Kong." Then the kid just he just sits down, and the look of murder in this man's eyes was fierce.
Well,
Or
yeah,
just
'cause they're-
watch people die.
Yeah.
Or watch people die inside.
Yeah. I mean, on
Pretty much.
one hand, it's like, yeah, what Blizzard did was shit. But on the other hand, these people didn't have anything to do with it. The people on stage right now had nothing to do with that decision. You talk to the stockholders and the CEO.
What did you expect?
Yeah, true.
That got backlash from both the left and the right.
Oh, I got backlash from everyone.
Everybody.
Everybody catching the hands.
Yeah. All right. So
I found it, by the way, just so y'all know.
Oh, well, Walker sent me a list because, we got to have a list now. It's been, like
Oh, yeah.
5 or 6 or 10 episodes strong of having a list. We can't break that. Nate, do you want to finish that your list?
Yeah, I can finish it up. I ended on PT, correct? I believe so.
This was
Okay.
the top 30
This top
horror
30,
game.
31.
31 horror games.
Yeah, one
Which
for every
I'll-
day of Spooktober.
Why don't you really quickly, just no commentary, just bang 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 the 31 down to where we left off.
Okay, I can do that. So, 31, looking at Exorcist Legion VR, 30 Five Nights at Freddy's, 29 Haunting Ground, 28 Suffering, 27 Siren, 26 Clock Tower, 25 Manhunt, 24 Outlast, 23 Fear, 22 Soma, that's really interesting they have those right next to each other. 21 Alan Wake, 20 Dino Crisis, which shouldn't be there. 29 Condemned, 28 The Seventh Guest. My fault, I fucked that up. 19 Condemned, 18 The Seventh Guest, 17 Alien Isolation, 16 System Shock 2, 15 Until Dawn, 14 Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly, 13 Home Sweet. Wow.
Sweet
Fuck,
Home.
dude, strokes. Sweet Home. 12 PT. All right. 'Cause that's where it cut me off last time.
What was PT?
It was
It was
James, you
Silent.
go.
It was Silent Hills. It was going to
Oh,
be the
that-
plan for Silent Hills
That's right. That's right.
until
With the
Konami.
hallways and the scariness.
Playable teaser.
It's
Mhm.
creepy.
All right,
it
so
really surprises me that they took it down forever. Like, you could probably find it
Yeah.
online somewhere, right?
Nope.
Like a
I'm
download?
assuming it's completely wiped, just like
Completely
Flappy
wiped.
Bird.
It was
You know another game like that I can't. That's like almost impossible to find.
what?
Fucking Scott Pilgrim for the
Mhm.
Xbox.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's another one that you like basically cannot get.
No, you have to buy a console that has it on there.
I have a hard drive at home that has that game on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
See,
Actually,
I'll
one of these days,
I'll play that.
dude. If one of you guys have an Xbox, one of these days you should totally fucking. I'll have like my mom or something like, because I have a bunch of my stuff at my mom's house still, and I'm pretty sure the shit I might have. I think I might have brought. It's somewhere safe. I just don't know where. 'Cause when I left, because now that I'm thinking about it, when I left, because of that very reason, that I have a Minecraft map that has over 1,000 hours on it and a bunch of other crazy stuff. I remember I left the Xbox and said basically the house can have it because I'm not going to play it, but y'all got to get your own hard drive. But I don't know. It might be in a box, but I should find it and then have one of you guys fucking play it and stream it and like record that game because it doesn't take long to beat it.
No,
And
beat 'em up.
it is really fun. Yeah, what do they call those, brawlers?
Side scroller and beat 'em up.
Yeah. That's a. All right, I digressed. Sorry about that.
No, you're good, dude. All right, so coming in at number 11, because they blue balled us, Resident Evil 4.
All right, Resident Evil 4 is one of the best games of all time. It's definitely one of the best Resident Evil games. They completely reinvented the horror genre, the survival horror genre with that, making it more actiony, and that's a slow descent into what it became today.
We have 10 RE7.
RE7 was a return to form for the Resident Evil series, this time in first person, again redefining the genre.
Number 9, Alone in the Dark, which I heard plays like ass.
Oh yeah, no, it was the first real survival horror game. First 3D survival horror game. Yeah, no, it doesn't hold up at all.
I heard even like I was listening to a podcast about a couple of like the biggest games that like turned into the horror scene, and I heard that even when it was like in its like prime, it was still bad.
It was janky as
Yeah.
fuck.
I remember when that game came out.
Fucking for 8, I feel like James would want this up higher on the list, but RE2,
Regular or remake?
original.
Okay. RE2 is great. It is, depending on the day, if you ask me, that was the best Resident Evil game, next to 4. Yeah, great characters, great story. Perfect sequel.
It's actually so I'm reading the thing. It actually kind of entwines. The original Resident Evil is oh my god, the original RE2 is a masterpiece, but so is the 2019 Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh, so it's kind of
Opinions on RE2 remake?
Best remake ever. Best Resident Evil game ever.
Fair enough. We have Eternal Darkness coming back as Sanity's Requiem.
That's the game that
I don't know much about it.
came out on the GameCube, made by Silicon Knights. Fucked with your system. That was the big thing with it. You had a sanity meter, and you would do things where, like, if the sanity meter was too high, it would say, "Oh, we deleted your save," or "Hey, the TV turned off," or "This volume went down, turned all the way down."
That's Dan actually told me about this game because me, Jeff, and Rob were like horror games at one point earlier this year. Okay, so I do know of that game. And then one of the most overhyped games, in my opinion, Left 4 Dead, is coming in at number 6.
It's not a survival horror game.
Yeah, it's just round after round zombie stuff.
Wait,
Okay,
that went
number
fucking
5.
higher than Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm upset.
The stark silence was great.
Whole night's ruined.
The look on your
mad.
face is just of pure disgust.
I'm gonna be mad all night.
I'm mad. Fucking number 5, Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
It's fucking. Play Outlast. Play fucking Slender Dude. Play any fucking indie survival horror game. You played Amnesia. Congratulations.
All right, So number 4, I don't necessarily think it belongs on the list because I don't feel like it's a horror game, but Dead Space.
Original.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Dead Space is a
Yeah, the
survival
first
horror.
one was terrifying. That was like they tried to really innovate on what made people
I-
scared.
So
Yeah, they
I see
If you
where
played
you're
the
coming
first one,
from.
it was really
Mhm.
good.
I feel like a lot of it's shock value though. Like
Yeah,
like
but
the
that
whole-
was
the
they
whole
were like
eye scene
one of the
and
first
everything.
ones to do that, though, weren't they? Or they were the ones that were really like you said, Mark, kind of developing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
They did a fantastic job of making these like the necromorphs are still some of the most terrifying things in video games.
Oh, 100%. And like I'm not gonna lie, like I was fucking freaking out when I played in the middle of the night. But like I feel like if it's more of a I mean, I guess a story-based game can still be a horror game, of course, but I just don't feel like it had like the same idea of like Resident Evil games or
Well, it
anything of the sort.
it still brought. Okay, do you consider like Alien 1 and 2 a horror movie?
No.
Okay, so fair enough then. That I can see why that because like it really it was like the first game to really encapsulate the fear that came in with the Alien 1 and 2, the isolation out in space, no one can hear you scream.
Okay, like I can see the appeal, and I can see it be labeled as a horror game. It's just like I guess in my personal view, and I'm gonna read what it says because I think it might actually interest, well not interest, but like kind of back up James's point. But it felt too much of like an action game than a horror game.
Well,
'Cause, like-
you also got to think
I can
too, like
understand
that's like action
Look at
horror was
Doom.
the big thing.
Yeah,
Doom, Duke Nukem,
I don't know if I'd say Duke Nukem would have like horror in it.
Mm-mm.
right?
Definitely Doom though.
I can
Yeah.
see Doom.
What other games were there that were like that?
Well,
Technically,
Resident Evil 4.
the
that-
Orange
that's
Box. What was that game called?
Half-Life.
Yeah, Half-Life. That had a lot of. That was a scary ass fucking game. At certain points, I guess so. When that was like cutting edge and you're 13,
Yeah.
it was fucking terrifying.
I can see it from that
it
point of
was
view.
a little
as well.
freaky. Yeah,
But like right here, see, honestly, to me, like, this is gonna sound really fucking stupid, but I thought like Portal had a little bit of like a horror aspect of like robots taking over and like you're obviously a robot and whatnot, but like Gladys to me was like creepy. I thought Gladys was fucking
delve
weird.
into it more, I mean, yeah, I could see some bits of horror.
Like psychological wise, at least.
I love that game.
Portal's fucking great.
yeah, me too.
It's pretty good.
But it does say in the captions for Dead Space is Resident Evil 4's success saw a number of copycats try to follow suit. However, games were able to match up to RE4 with the exception of one. Dead Space took the RE4 style of gameplay and brought back more intense horror elements. And set the whole thing in a terrifying space station. Dead Space's unique enemy design challenged players
I know
to
what number
sever
one's gonna be.
limbs. I haven't even seen. I've seen number 2.
I know exactly what number 1's going to be.
3, depending on someone's opinion. I didn't. Once again, my opinion is probably dumb, but I don't think this was more of a horror game. But whatever. Last of Us.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that a horror game. I consider that more of an action adventure.
Mm-hmm. Like I feel like anything with zombies or anything roughly resembling zombies nowadays, people lump in.
Well, I
category.
mean, fucking Left 4 Dead is on this list.
Yeah. But nonetheless, Last of Us, great fucking game, deserves to be up there in the spot, but not maybe on this list. Number 2, I believe one of James's favorite games, or like at least a game he enjoys, is maybe not this one specifically, but Silent Hill 2.
That's not number 1.
That's number 2.
That's
the
a
only-
fucking
Number
surefire
one,
lock.
Minecraft was spooky caveman.
Oh,
But-
you might not like number 1. I
But,
accidentally scrolled down.
okay, but Silent Hill 2 is the pinnacle of survival horror. Taking the Silent Hill series as a whole back on the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 were just the if the Resident Evil series was a B movie, this was an A movie. It was like a big
Okay.
hitting, not corny, completely serious kind of like horror movie. I it's hard to explain all the points that make Silent Hill one of the most scariest things ever, and the lore behind it and everything about it, I can't even put it into words.
So I guess I can understand kind of how Dead Space got in there, because now that I'm thinking for the same reason, I genuinely thought Silent Hill game was like the fog. The fog itself was enough to like freak me out. Like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Exactly.
And I guess if I think back to Dead Space, the
Dead
fact
Space
of
was
it,
pitch
the darkness.
black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Graphical
I get that, Ben.
limitations can really add, like, if you do it well, graphical limitations can really add a lot to a game.
Right, they can actually, like you said, add instead of subtracting from it.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, with the second iteration of that version, though, they took out the fog, and everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, the HD remake is fucking trash.
Yeah.
No fog, and you can tell because there's trees just floating
Yeah.
in the first cutscene of 2. Yeah, and
You mean they don't just float in real life?
sure.
I mean, it depends how you look at it, I suppose.
I mean, depends. What are you smoking?
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming in at number 1,
I'm already
Number
upset.
one.
I'm already upset.
Oh man, see what you did?
the original
Oh boy.
Resident Evil. Just Resident Evil. Nothing more, nothing less. The original Resident Evil is a landmark video game, launching Capcom's biggest franchise
I heard the remake was.
and popularizing the survival horror game.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought the
Capcom-
remake was the best.
I'm going to get there. Hang on. Capcom then made an even better version of Resident Evil with the GameCube remake, which greatly improved the graphics and
That's
made
what
the
I
game even scarier.
That's
in
what I heard.
Resident-
Was that the GameCube version was really good.
In the Resident Evil remake, players had to burn corpses of zombies or else they would come back from the dead.
Crimson Heads. Gotta love them.
But yeah, the players pick up the original game or the remake, they know they're in for a classic survival treat and arguably the best horror game experience that there is.
Pop Resident Evil 2 to number 2, Silent Hill 2 to number 1, and then Resident Evil original to wherever Resident Evil 2 was. I would be happy.
Number 3.
Yeah,
No, my fault. Number
No,
4.
four.
Nope, number
wherever it was.
Oh my god, why? 8.
Yeah, sure. And then get the Left 4 Dead out of here completely. Just remove
Yeah.
it. Yeet it out of the star system.
Take Amnesia out of here too, because they already have fucking Outlast. Or just remove Outlast
Yeah.
and put Amnesia.
Yeah,
Because Amnesia kind of like was the precursor, wasn't it?
yeah.
That's what I thought.
The
So what
fucking
was
balls on those people to not
Well-
put Silent Hill 2 as the number 1.
Can you guess where the list came from?
Who?
Game Rant.
I don't like Game Rant.
Game Rant seems to be bad.
I'd rather do Watch Mojo now.
Screen Rant, please give me some.
So Walker sent me a text of 15 amazingly fun games you've never heard of.
Okay.
And since we
Can't wait to talk about these.
yeah, I can't wait to talk about these. Yeah. Let's see how many we've heard of. Duck Game.
Huh?
No.
Steam game may look like a this Steam game may look like much at face value, but Duck Game is a lot of stupid fun. The concept is incredibly simple. Everyone plays as ducks. You pick a hat, and you're dropped off in an arena where the last man standing wins. So it's Battle Royale. Cool. Number 14 is Spelunky.
Heard of it? Yeah.
Spelunky's great. Just climbing down spelunking. Just spelunking.
Talked about it last
Spelunky.
week.
And the internet on my phone went out. Great. Fucking T-Mobile decided to say, no, I don't want to do anything right now. There we go. Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap. It is from the... Oh, it's from the Sega Master System. It's a sequel to a Sega Master System game. That's interesting. This all sucks. Let's see, Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth.
Call of Cthulhu is fantastic.
you play Dark Corners of the Earth? It was on the original Xbox. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is a really fun game too. That's a third person.
That game is amazing. That
Third-
is one of my favorite games of all time.
It's solid. I have it on my phone. Oddly enough, you can get it on
Is
your
it the
phone
full
nowadays.
game?
Yeah, it's a full game.
Wow.
I also have a list afterwards.
Fucking-
we can go through it pretty quickly.
Fucking Walker goes in my chat. He says, you screamed when the tank came running at you in Left 4 Dead, making a legitimate game on this list. No, it's not, you idiot. Okami is number 9. Okami is a fantastic, beautiful game that everyone should play. Amaterasu. This isn't that good.
Well,
War of
I'm a boy.
War of the Monsters. Just giant monsters beating each other up. Great.
Thank you guys.
All right, you know what? No, fuck this. This Walker, this list sucks.
I have a list. Then we can go
Do
through.
a list.
All right. So this list is the 30 worst 30 worst video games of all time.
E.T.'s going to be on there. Superman 64 is going to be on there. Bubsy 3D is going to be on there.
You got one right so far. I'm not gonna tell you which one.
E.T.
E.T.
Yeah, E.T.
Not
That
yet.
is universally accepted as the number 1 worst game of all
Superman
time.
64. Then
So depending on how much we decide to go into dialogue, we can either get through this fast or quick, since we're not doing the other one.
We'll see.
So coming in at number 50, 50 Cent, Bulletproof.
Keep going.
Fuck.
Keep going.
All
It's
right.
a lot.
uh,
50? Did you say 50?
Do the
That
top.
was-
Do the top 25.
Top
Yeah.
25.
So let's
Okay,
get to the good stuff.
Then I will tell you the one you did get right so far that I've seen is Bubsy 3D.
Bubsy 3D is
Yeah.
trash garbage.
You know they still charge like $50 for that fucking game? Even the digital download, they still charge a staggering amount of money for that stupid
I bought that game.
Hotel-
I bought that
Hotel
game
Mario
for
is
$5.
also on here.
Oh, Hotel Mario, yeah. Legend of Zelda: Wand of Gamelon. Legend of Zelda: Faces of Evil. That other fucking one that you
What?
played as Zelda. Mario's Missing. Mario's Time Machine. I mean, I could go on for days.
So
Plumbers don't wear
alright,
ties.
Top 25. First of all, I thought this game was
Love you,
pretty
Walker.
solid. Knack.
A lot of people didn't like Knack. They even
I thought it
made
was kinda fun.
they even like the head of PlayStation at the time was even like, "Hey guys, this E3 presentation, Knack 2 hands-on demo, Knack 2 this or no Knack 3. This is when Knack 2 came out. Everyone was just like, he was just dunking on Knack.
Oh jeez.
It was
I've never heard of this game. Leisure Suit Larry.
you tr-
Box office bust.
you try to fuck anything
How
that
have you
moves.
not- That's
That's Leisure
Too
Suit
young.
Larry.
yeah.
Yeah, you're too
Okay.
young.
Okay.
Larry's actually a funny game.
Oh boy.
I
After
remember my mom telling me stories about playing Leisure Suit Larry at work when she worked at a bank. I'm like, what the fuck did you do all day?
Jesus Christ.
I thought I slack off at work.
Don't worry about how I do my job, Jimmy.
After we got that, we got Limbo of the Lost PC in 2007. Well, on PC in 2007.
Limbo of the Lost?
Yeah, many games borrow elements from classic titles to craft something new, but not quite many do it as well as Limbo is the Lost.
Sucked.
And the music seemingly stolen from the Elder Scrolls,
Nice.
Unreal Tournament, and many other games.
Nice. Unreal Tournament had great soundtrack.
Okay, this one's well, the
Still
remake.
waiting
I've
for
never
that.
played the remake. The first one was fucking great. Perfect Dark Zero. I'm upset. I like Perfect Dark. I don't think it should be slandered.
Well, Zero wasn't that great.
Perfect Dark Zero though.
Yeah.
Was it bad?
Zero
I
wasn't
never,
great.
I genuinely never played that one.
It was a launch title. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't good.
360 launch title. It was
That
Okay.
that and Cameo. Boy, did Rare have two bangers come out on the 360 on launch day.
Yeah.
After that, I've never heard this one, considering it's 94. I mean, I've heard a game before my time, but not this one. Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
Oh no, that game.
I don't
All
know
right,
anything
so
about it.
that came out on the Philips CDI. How many of you guys know what a CDI is?
This one's saying a 3DO. I don't know what
Oh,
the fuck that
okay.
is
No,
either.
it came out of the. Okay.
I remember the 3DO.
Yeah, it came out. Okay, I couldn't. Both of them
I'm
are
familiar with the
shit.
CDI though.
CDI and the 3DO were both terrible. It's a full
Alright.
motion, like it's fully full motion video because it used the power of new age technology, CDs. And it's
CDs.
an acid trip.
Wow.
It's an
It's
acid
an
trip.
acid trip.
Like, legit, go online, find yourself a 3DO emulator, download the ROM or the ISO for Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, and I got the wonderful experience of playing this game for the first time at a convention. And the dude was like, because I was just shooting the shit with him. I'm like, yeah, I do YouTube stuff. And he goes, have you ever played Plumbers Don't Wear Ties? I'm like, no. He goes, quote, sit your ass down, here's the game.
Oh.
And I go, all right. It is
Wikipedia, bro.
it is an experience. Not a good one, but an experience.
It's a time.
It is a thing.
That I mean, hey, the only thing that I can say that game has going for it is there is a plumber that wears a tie.
Nice. All right. Throwing a little bit of a controversy to the title there.
He does
So,
wear a tie.
The one after, I lost count. I'm just gonna keep going. But one I think James will agree with, Resident Evil 6.
That game's fucking trash garbage. Burn it. There was no Resident Evil 6. It went from 5 to 7.
It says promising a return to the glory days when popular survival horror series was steered by masterful designer Shinji Mikami. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Yeah,
James.
no, that's right. Yeah.
Capcom instead employed a team of 600 developers to produce an utterly lackluster homage to former brilliance. Stripped of all the old tension, it's a production line of ludicrous explosions, senseless plot twists, interminable car chases, and bombastic action sets, as though faxed in by a zombified Michael Bay.
You had Gears of War. You
Talking
had
specific.
Gears of War. You had Quick Time Events, the video game, any David Cage game, and then you had Leon's Story and Eidos.
Okay.
That's
So another game that I
not
never
good.
played, but I saw on the shelves a lot, probably because it was bad. Resistance 2.
Actually, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I hear it was pretty good. Like of the
Uh,
Resistance Fall of
It
Man.
was just really
sequel?
popular.
It just says Resistance 2, PlayStation 3, 2008.
Yeah, by
Yeah,
Insomniac.
it
Yeah,
was-
that was pretty
It's
solid.
not a bad game. It was just, I don't know. I think it was really popular.
It seems so.
Sure,
I'll
too.
just hit like the important parts in this. I won't read the whole thing. Resistance 2 at its core, an awful first-person shooter with messy, inconsistent levels, baffling design, not being able to sprint in ankle-high water. Like a summer popcorn movie, big, impressive things are happening in front of you. You feel nothing. Interaction is limited. Shooting is boring and weedy. Fish kill you the instant they touch you, and even if
Everything sucks and then you die.
if they touch you, they touch the oh my god, the instant you touch the water, even if they're miles away. A game of shallow bombast. Next one is Rise of Robots, multiple platforms, 1990,
Never even heard of it.
on the 3DO as well.
Oh, that's why.
Ride to Hell,
Oh,
Retribution.
that
Oh,
game
wow.
is bad. Oh, it's
Isn't it
Big
bad?
Rigs Over the Hill Racing version 1.0 better be on here. Over the Road Racing.
I remember this game, and maybe it was just because I was very young, but I fucking loved playing this game. It was hilarious. Shaq Fu, back on the Mega Drive and SNES. That game was fucking awesome.
It wasn't good. You can't do a fucking infinite in it, so it's not good.
Maybe just due to the fact that like it just generally doesn't hold up. But I thought it was legitimately fun to play when I was like 9. I was playing with my 20-year-old cousin who
You're-
just decided to get fucked off every time I played. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, 2006?
Yeah. Was that? No, wait. Is this? Which one is this?
No, it's called Sonic the Hedgehog. It came out in 2006.
Yeah,
For the
I
X-
don't think I
for-
played that one.
For the
just
Xbox
not
360,
gonna remember
it's
that.
not good. It's not good. Like, not even in an entertaining way. Like Rise of Lyric on the Wii U. Like, that is at least entertaining because of how bad it is. This is just bad.
Okay. We got one back all the way from 1987. I can't fucking pronounce that. Squeege. I'm gonna say Squij. On the ZX Spectrum in
Oh,
1987.
okay, they're grasping at straws here. Going at the fucking ZX Spectrum. Get out of here. This is a European site, isn't it? Because they said Mega Drive.
This is the Guardian.
Yeah, that's European as fuck.
Is it?
Yeah.
Star Trek. 2013.
Oh, that game was bad. I got that for free, and I still thought I spent too much.
Superman 64.
I remember-
Universal.
I remember playing that at a demo kiosk at Toys R Us, and I was like, wow, this is bad.
Universal Studios. Wow.
Studios.
Universal Studios Theme Park Adventure. GameCube 2001.
Yeah, you just run around Universal theme park and play shitty mini games.
That was number 1.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh.
That was number 1?
That was number 1.
Where's
Universal Studios Theme Park Adventure.
I was gonna think like the fucking Burger King games are on there.
I was thinking that
There
like
was a couple of them actually that I really enjoyed.
where was
There's
like
been a couple of them
Aquaman?
I've wanted to find online and I couldn't find them.
Actually, if I go back, because they've split them into 2 because they couldn't fit 50 on one page. I believe Bomberman's on the first page because you have Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh,
You
that game's
have
bad.
Daikatana,
John Romero's gonna kick you or make you his bitch.
Custer's Revenge,
Oh, the first porn game.
and here's your guys you've been asking for: Bomberman Act Zero.
Yep, that game was bad.
I
Where's
also want to throw in there's a game
Aquaman?
called I didn't see that one on here
Battle for
actually.
Atlantis.
There's
That game is trash.
BMX
Triple X.
XXX.
Yeah. The only reason people bought it, Walker actually has a good story about BMX Triple X. He wanted
The
it.
other one that James had said, I believe, Big Rigs, is like number 43.
That game isn't even fucking playable. That game is a racing game where you don't race anyone. How is that there? There's no collision detection. I made a fucking better game in high school on like 3 weeks than Big Rigs Over the Hill
Bad Street
Racing.
Brawler.
Final Fight
Never heard of
Streetwise. That game sucks too.
Oh boy.
At
Let's
least
see.
Universal, at least the Universal game was like playable, and it fulfilled its mission.
It doesn't have numbers, so I don't think there's any legitimate order to this. It's just these are the 50 worst games. ET is on here as well. Atari 20. There's a game called The Guy Game.
Oh, the guy game.
Oh, I
That game
remember
is that
that.
game you cannot buy. You
Is that like-
they pulled it off the shelves.
That's
I've
so
never heard of
bad.
it.
So, are you guys familiar with the guy game at all?
No.
Yeah.
All I know is the picture is 2 women in like very, very little clothing.
Yeah. So
Something I
basically,
remember.
it was a show on. I think it was like, it was like one of those things that you would see late night on like, I don't know, MTV. That would be like, oh, buy the guy game, or watch buy the Stevie Hot college sorority guy game DVDs.
It's considered family fortune for pervs.
Yeah, these women, they go and they ask they're asked questions, and if they guess wrong, they flash. Turns out one of them was underage, so they had
Oh.
they pulled that shit instantly.
Oof.
Bad time.
Bad
You also
time.
you had Hatred in 2015.
Oh yeah, that was the isometric shooter where you just shoot people for funsies. Think of Postal, but without the social commentary.
Okay.
Actual social commentary.
You guys remember Active Shooter?
Yeah.
That game?
Active
Yep.
shooter.
Yeah. Well, it's a game about being a fucking
Active shooter, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Shooting
no,
up a
I'm
school
not
or
familiar
a
with that one.
mall or some shit. Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Super Columbine RPG?
No.
No?
Excuse me?
There's a game called Super Columbine RPG.
Oh my heavens.
No.
Yep,
Oh.
not familiar with that one.
It's about
Well-
as oof as the title implies.
Well,
Sounds it.
you have Haze in 2008 as the next one.
Haze wasn't good. Shitty first-person shooter by LucasArts.
I remember that now. That was the
Wait.
guy with the yellow mask.
Okay.
or whatever.
Everything was yellow. I was gonna say Haze or Super
remember
Columbine
that game.
RPG.
Considering that guy was pretty short, I have a top 10 from PC World also on the bracket if y'all want to.
Well, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, it's up to y'all. We've already gone through 2.
I don't care.
Fuck it. Let's do it. And that'll be the last list.
All right.
Wait, I have like 3 of them I have to do.
Oh, no, if you have lists, let's go.
Kid. I don't do lists, bro.
He does.
Oh, I was excited.
What I look like.
List man.
Motherfucker that does lists.
All right, I'm going to
You
skip
have
one
you do
through-
you do lists
doing this.
while you
I
have
should do-
lisps. While you have lisps.
Yeah,
Yo,
I
fucking-
could do a list, but I too much of a problem actually. But listen,
I think James has foresight,
yes, I think so too.
and he doesn't even know because number 2 on the first one was ET. Number 2 is Super Columbine Massacre RPG.
There we
Danny
go.
Ledone.
Boom. There we go.
That's
Living in
awful.
the future. How are you doing that? How did you do
You
that?
know what? It's maybe I just look up these lists in my spare
Or
time.
maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe I just play shitty video games.
That also has Custer's Revenge. We already went over that. If I can fucking click on things, that'd be nice.
I think you can. I believe in you, man.
Apparently, Pac-Man 1981 was trash because that's on here.
They're probably talking about the Atari 2600 version.
Yep, Atari 1981.
I love that game. That was the first video game I ever played was Pac-Man on the Atari 2600.
The first thing in the title is worst period port period ever.
It was made in like 2 weeks.
Okay. We
I
also
own
got-
that game. I still love that
Oh.
game.
Ooh, bringing it to Coleco. Smurf Rescue 1982.
Good old Coleco.
Excuse me. Make My Video. That looks very suggestive. It's Marky Mark. Make My Video.
Oh,
Pictures,
yes!
1992.
I know
Sega
that
CD.
game.
Okay.
Yeah, you make a music video for Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Oh my god.
I never thought I would ever be able to talk about this game in my life, but I
Well,
know
tell-
of this
Tell
game.
us about it.
That I just explained the entire plot.
Okay.
It's a music video maker simulator.
Fucking Prince of Persia: Warrior Within is the next one on that. That's number 9.
Not the worst. It was all right. It wasn't great.
And then Elf Bowling on the N-Storm Nintendo DS 2005.
Yep, it's a browser game that they charge like $40 for. They also included Elf Bowling 2 though, so it was a great deal.
Fair enough.
It's one of those things that your grandmother would email you back in the day. Oh, honey, you gotta play this game. I know you like video games, so here I sent this to you in your email. And it's like, thanks, Grandma. I hate it.
Thanks. Brad. This is a bad time.
The elves are the pins. That's the joke. No, yeah. I think. I fucking know. Was
But that is the list.
That's it. All right, guys. What are y'all working on this week? What's coming up? What's coming out?
What's getting released?
Oh fuck! You're right.
I can.
Here, I got it up already.
I know there's a bunch of shit actually.
There
but I'm
is a
excited
bunch of
for
shit.
you.
All right, so let's go. This is the week of the 3rd, going to the. I have no fucking clue. So Just Dance 2020 comes out on the 5th tomorrow. Like legit, 100% legit, guys. I'm gonna buy this game on the Wii because it's the last Wii game ever made, and I'm just gonna leave it sealed. Garfield Kart Furious Racing comes out on the 5th.
That's exciting.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games also comes out on the 5th. Red Dead 2 comes out on PC on the 5th. Planet Zoo comes out on the 5th for PC.
These are all tomorrow. Jesus.
Yeah. 6, Wizards of Brandel. I don't know what that is. That looks anime as fuck, so I'd probably like it. The 7th, Stay Cool, Kobayashi-san. River City Stories. The Coma 2, Vicious Sisters, comes out on the 7th. Incredible Mandy comes out on the 7th as well. 8th, Need for Speed Heat comes out. My boy Death Stranding comes out. Jumanji, the video game, comes out. Super Lucky's Tale comes out.
As Jack Black.
Yeah, actually, there I see Jack Black, I see Kevin Hart, I see The Rock, and I see Woman.
Captain Geach says The Real Housewives of New Jersey comes out tomorrow too.
Oh, fucking sweet. When does this weekend? Does anyone know off the top of their head?
Till the 9th.
The 9th?
Saturday.
Okay. New Professor Layton game comes out on the 8th. Layton's Mystery Journey. Then we have new Super Lucky's Tale coming out on the 8th as well. So that's all. That's at least the big things. I mean, I know you guys are really interested in Disney's Tsum Tsum Festival. So, but
Tanky Tanks coming out on the Xbox One.
yep, Tanky Tanks. I know you guys are super excited for those games. Or
Yeah.
Juicy Realm.
I don't even have an Xbox.
You have Uno.
You have Uno, the oldest console known to man.
All right, so that's
I don't have fucking Uno.
You have Uno. All right, guys. So yeah, what are y'all up to this weekend? this week, this entire week. What yeah. Words.
I don't know. I want to do something though.
Why don't you stream
Do
The Sims
something.
4?
I've thought about
Why
You've been-
don't you stream
yeah,
that?
you're
You've been playing
playing
that
it.
24/7.
I know. I should. I've actually thought about that quite a few times.
Just fucking.
Because a lot of times I really do. Yeah, that's probably why. Because a lot of times I get up and I walk around the apartment.
Oh yeah, true.
I clean and shit. Like most of the time I'm doing. Honestly, most of the time I'm doing something else. And then I just come over and I see what my dudes need, and I just da-da-da-da-da-da, and then I have them doing something, and then I go and keep doing whatever I'm doing.
It's a great background
It's-
game.
Yeah, it is. I love it. That's why I was playing that Project High Rise for so long. Same thing. It's a game you don't turn. You never hit the fast forward button. You just play and.
Just start playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, my dude.
No. Believe it or not, I do not like that. I don't know.
Really?
I've never given one a proper shot. I suppose. The idea. I'm not appealed. I'm not attracted. Excuse me, to the idea at all. Matter of fact, I even just vomited a little bit just now.
We vomited just
I
at
don't
the
know if
thought
there
of
was
it.
any. Yeah, and that was totally involuntary. Like.
I don't know if there's a correlation, but it happened.
Yeah. So, I don't know. The idea of roller coaster games, probably because I don't like roller coasters.
Okay.
Because I'm
Well, what about-
an old ass person.
what about-
Do you like
inside.
City Builders?
I love city builders.
I mean, honestly, I think we still probably like Roller Coaster Tycoon too.
Can you do? Is it
Do-
more than roller coasters? Do you do other things too? Can I
Yeah,
make
do all the food stalls, management.
You put up the
Yeah.
entire park.
Do you, all right,
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's
other
not
than-
just roller coasters.
Jeff?
It's
Do
like a
you
whole park.
Jeff? Do you like
I do
zoos?
like those games.
Do
It's
you-
a management sim.
Nope, I don't like zoos, but I like management sims. So
Okay. Well, I mean,
maybe,
You don't like zoos?
Zoo Tycoon
No.
is on Game Pass.
oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Maybe worth a try.
Well, Mark knows
Well-
what he's doing.
Well, I have actually. You know what? I really.
It's the new
I
one.
haven't-
It's
I've
the
already
rem.
bought it.
Oh.
Right. Hey, actually, that was something we can save it for next stream. But something that I did want to talk about at some point was how these gaming services are going to affect the streaming community. Because I was thinking about it, like it takes me like a month to finish a game. So like if I were to do a full series playthrough and try to put really production value behind it, so if I were to like do the Game Pass for 1 month, I could do like 3 games and then switch the Game Pass to a different one, to something else, do a couple games. And ultimately, it would be way cheaper
Mhm.
for the streamer
Yeah.
to do that than buying all those games. Because, like, when the hell am I going to play that $50 game again?
Yeah.
Or I could have just rented it for 15 plus the other 2 games that I finished the series on. So, I don't know. But that's something we can dig into next week. But, yeah, that would be, yeah. So maybe I will stream a little bit of that. Plus, I have been wanting to do that. I've been thinking about that.
Yeah, you
But,
could
like,
you could just do it as like a chill, just like AMA stream
put
almost.
some music on the background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a hangout stream.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do that because you already know that's probably what I'm doing when the show's over. Because I fucking
Hey, Christian, how's it going?
that is what I'm gonna be doing after the show's over. So Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll probably just load it up and. Okay, that's other than that, I got Bendy. I don't know if
did
it's
you?
still on sale. There was this Halloween sale going on I think
It ended
Steam.
November 1st, I think.
Figures. Yeah, but I got Bendy and the Ink Machine, which is a game I've been wanting to play for a long time. So that one I think I am gonna just record that one. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record games that are like pretty straightforward, narrow paths, like Cuphead, Bendy, some of those games, and then save the streaming for like the big open world games.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of walking around and like just walking around, or maybe I'll do it the other way around.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe the other way around.
The other way around.
Yeah,
Because like the short and sweet experiences, you could stream it.
way better.
Yeah, and then the big things like you could just cut out the boring walking parts.
Yeah,
Right.
it's difficult to make the same game over or the same video series interesting, especially like if you're thinking of like Cuphead. Like
Yeah.
you're watching 15-minute videos of that, and then the person makes another one next week. Like, what really makes it different?
Uh-huh.
Because
And honestly, like the only good thing about Cuphead was like the animation style. Like it was a little refreshing, fun. Like the game really is just beat this boss. Okay, now do this boss. Okay, now do this boss. Get your soul back. Do this boss. It was rinse and repeat consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bendy though does have a legitimate story, and it is really interesting. I'm a big fan of the lore of it. I haven't played the game yet though.
Aye. Yeah. So like I don't know that stuff. So I do want to do something. So maybe I'll do that. I'll stream that maybe on Wednesday.
There you
I
go.
still want to do like a Tuesday night creative corner type thing. But I don't know. It's just being like Nike and just doing it.
Yeah, the hardest part is just getting yourself to do it.
Yep. But that's it. Other than that, I got work. Just regular work. Yep. How about you? What do you got going on?
I mean, I guess I can go.
I was
fir-
just hoping somebody
I
would
thought he
do
was talking
that.
specifically to you. I don't know.
Oh, well, first
hoping
off,
anybody would go.
first off, Nate, fuck off. Cuphead's great. Fantastic
did-
game. But
I
but
thought you said you were into the lore and stuff.
Huh?
I thought you just said you were into the lore and everything.
Bendy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bendy. Yeah, but I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Cuphead's fantastic. So I mean, Oh, Jeff, where can they find you?
Oh, I'm on the internet.
Forgot the plug.
Yeah.
You forgot to plug
Yeah, I'm on.
the most important part.
Yeah, I'm on a bunch
Yeah,
of different
dude, for
places.
sure.
I'm on YouTube. It's Splash Screen Gaming. On same thing with Twitch, Splash Screen Gaming, of course. Facebook is also actually pretty much Facebook, Instagram. Everything is search Splash Screen Gaming. Instagram / Facebook / Splash Team. Damn it, no, because I did have to double check these because it's just been a little while and there's so many freaking ones. So it's Splash Screen Gaming on YouTube and Twitch. Team Splash Screen on Facebook and Instagram. And just Splash Screen G on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Was it too long?
Huh? Yeah, apparently so.
Well, that's why with this podcast I had to do LVL Unlocked Pod.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
For me, I've of course probably gonna be streaming some more Call of Duty. I'm going to be probably streaming more. Well, I know I'm going to be streaming more Fire Emblem because it's Fire Emblem.
That's your favorite shit right now. He
Yeah.
says if the game was called Emblem, he would still call it Fire Emblem,
It's
right?
straight fire. That's why.
Fire.
It's
Fire. Like
It's the-
fire 3 fire emojis.
Right, followed by a little heart.
Yeah.
A real small one though.
And then there's just a picture of Claude's face. So we're gonna be streaming that, and then Yakuza on Wednesdays.
Sure, Christian. Give me a moment.
Final Fantasy 7 on Yakuza on
Got
0
you.
on Wednesdays, Man of Medan on Thursday, and Friday is Final Fantasy 7. I'm actually gonna upload this week. Holy shit! It's been like 2 weeks since I've uploaded anything, so that's gonna be fun. And yeah, and then just other stuff maybe. I'm not gonna stream Death Stranding. I'm not, because I know it's gonna take
Why?
like 20 fucking years, man.
Yeah.
It's just walking. It's a lot of walking.
You're right.
I'm
That's
scared.
why I
like-
didn't stream Subnautica. 'cause
I'm
that
not.
reason.
I'm not interesting enough to carry the stream.
That's why you should like maybe not stream it, but like YouTube it. Just do like interesting clips and shit.
I don't know about that. That's a lot of work.
Okay.
That's
Fair
that's a lot of work. You know me in editing. It's not. They don't work. They don't meld together.
They don't mix.
Yeah, and then you can find me at twitch.tv/people8studios, youtube.com/people8studios, Twitter at people810. Boom.
All right.
Mate, what are you up to?
I can go, yeah. So, first things first, my guy in the chat, good old Christian MG, he wants me to ask if you're secretly a very large streamer named Asmon, because apparently you look identical to him, much like how James looks like Ouija the God. I don't know who Asmon
Yeah,
Gold is.
who are you talking
Jeff.
to? Oh,
Me?
I prefaced with Jeff. Yeah, I don't know if you heard me though.
No?
Mr.
No.
Splash Screen. He wants
I
to
wish.
know if you're secretly as a very large, popular money-making streamer, and you're just moonlighting
oh!
as
Didn't someone
Splash
ask us
Screen.
this the other day? Yeah, someone asked us this the other day.
Yeah,
That'd be very convenient. I wish I was in a situation
It doesn't look anything like
that
it.
would insist that I have to moonlight to regain enjoyment from streaming. But no, regretfully, I am not that guy.
he is not my guy.
It doesn't
But
look
all right,
anything.
so
you don't look
what's up?
anything, You don't look anything like him, Jeff.
Maybe the pictures versus being live are different.
Maybe.
I notice that's the thing sometimes.
Maybe.
that's true. But so what's coming out with me? As much as I'd love to stream, I mean, honestly, I might try to just PlayStation stream and see what happens.
PlayStation!
With
F.
Modern Warfare,
F.
and I'll just like manage it from fucking the computer.
But then they
Right,
wouldn't even
Walker.
be able to hear us talking.
Well, I can PlayStation stream and I can have everything else plugged in here.
Yeah, but they still wouldn't be able to hear us.
That's true. Well, yeah, because my
What?
Discord.
Or you,
Son of a
yeah.
bitch. So I guess I'm not streaming Modern Warfare. I know I'm gonna be linking up with as long as I think.
Wait, why not? Why not? Why aren't you?
So I don't have an Elgato, so I'm not able to get my my console through my PC, and I don't know how else to do it without an Elgato.
Or any
Yeah,
kind of
I can't
Does
figure
your
it
TV
out.
not? Your TV doesn't have a 3.5?
I'm
That you,
Well,
can plug into a
using-
that you can plug into a microphone while your USB microphone is doing its piece, and then you have two separate audio inputs coming into the computer
Well,
that you can then channel into OBS.
it still runs into the problem where the PlayStation itself does all the streaming and encoding.
Yeah.
His computer will have nothing to do with it. Computer will be out of the equation.
Yeah, if he doesn't have a capture card.
Mhm.
Well, there is another way you can do it. It's a little trickier. That wouldn't work because of the latency. Never mind.
Well, that's not great. So I guess
Something
I'm
to
not
think about.
streaming Modern Warfare yet until I get the monies for an Elgato, which will probably be around Christmas time, because I'm gonna buy a lot of my stuff during Christmas time. But I digress. I'm probably going to be linking up with good old Splash Screen again this Thursday, because I know I'm gonna be free this Thursday. I'm surprised you didn't plug it in.
Ah,
Phil.
I always
Now-
forget that.
Oh,
I'm-
yeah.
I'm about to plug it for you.
Oh,
Thank you. It's
shit.
because I'm so. It's like. I don't know. It's like waking up and going to work and have. Or, you know. Not,
It's
I
just,
don't know.
it's just a mainstay.
It's like. Yeah. It's like. It's so just a part of my life that I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even. Yeah, that's right. Thursday night we have the PVE Royales. Depending if we have more than 6 people, and everybody in the whole world's invited. So if you play Overwatch for PC, the link is in. Where is the?
It's
I don't know.
on your thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I have a link on my Twitch for it. Actually, I'm gonna update it right now just to make sure it's there. To the Discord, and then just drop something into the Discord if you want to. Well, just be in the Discord if you want. It's an open invitation. Just be there, and pretty fun community of people.
It's a good time for sure.
Yeah, it is fun. Sometimes we have huge groups. Sometimes we only have a couple people. It's the huge group nights are fun because then we start messing with the settings.
Yeah,
Like-
that shit gets wild.
Yeah,
Fucking
dude.
cars. All I'm gonna say is fucking
Reinhardt with a 0-second cooldown.
yes. Oh my
Eating
god,
all of
that shit was nuts.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. But yeah, anybody listening to the show, man, just as long as you're cool, like, you know,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, it's a good time.
As long
What'd
as
you
you
say?
enjoy
long as you're
conversating,
cool.
playing games,
Yeah,
come hang out, join up. I know they're all genuinely welcoming. Like that, my buddy who they'd known zero about just hopped in and everyone was talking like they knew each other. It was fun. It's a good time.
yeah.
Definitely recommend going to check that out. But other than that, I am probably going to try to start. I want to play more Outer Worlds. I don't know if I want to stream that though. Just
Yeah, me
because
too.
just okay, so purely the reason I don't know if I want to stream it is because of how much dialogue it is, and like I'm relatively active enough with my chat, especially if I'm playing a game and focusing on the game, and I don't have to like, be looking at lists that cover my chat. But I can talk and whatnot. It's just there's so much dialogue, and it's like people didn't really stream Fallout, and like it's very Fallout-esque because there's just it's it's intermittent fighting, so. A lot of story, but I mean, I might just record some of it and upload it and whatnot. But other than that, I am gonna try to start Everything, which is legitimately the name of the game. It's called Everything. It was a free game I got off of the Epic Game Store. It looked kind of fun. It's very interesting. It has almost
Everything simulator.
like the graphics are identical to like how Untitled Goose Game is, which I actually watched Markiplier play the other day, and it was fucking great.
And you didn't watch me fucking play it, you asshole?
I saw some of your streams are on the backlog. I looked at them.
It's on YouTube.
Okay. But
Jeff
Yeah,
helped me
not
out
a-
through that entire thing.
Yeah, man.
Jeff, the real MVP.
not
we
a
made-
ton.
we made it through there.
Nice. Not a ton for me. I'm just gonna try to be. My main goal like right now is like just try to be more active, be more consistent, just bring up my consistency, and just hope for the best. Try to start getting a schedule done, but like I also feel like a schedule like puts me in a box, which I don't particularly like. I want to feel more consistent. I don't know if a schedule will help or not help me with that. So we'll find out. We'll see.
I know if
Um,
it wasn't for this show and the Thursday night show, like at the very least, I've been consistent as hell with that. But other than that, man,
Yeah, this is consistency for me.
yeah.
Other than that, yeah, I've been playing a lot. You're gonna see me, Mr. People. I hate Saw fucking game because we play Modern Warfare all the time, and good old Mark over here. Other than that, I'm gonna be chilling. Trying to think if I'm gonna be doing anything else. I'm probably gonna put Canarium on the back burner for a while. I'm getting there. You're next. Tuesday night, because I'm not gonna be busy all night. We don't think we have an exact time for Tuesday night, but it's gonna be Tuesday night. We are going to be doing Anime Corner, and we are going to be reviewing our thoughts, our opinions, overall genuine ideals about Katsuge. Oh my god, I can't fucking speak. You say
Katsugeke
this.
Tosu Ranbu.
Yeah, Katsugeke Token Rambu. Got you.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Because I
think
fucking
that's the name
apparently
of
my
it.
mouth's super dry and I can't speak. But
You can.
Yeah.
We believe
It's-
in you.
so far it's very interesting and you'll learn a lot about as Tuesday runs around a corner. Other than that, you can find me everywhere at YF Kitsune because I've grabbed that on all platforms, even an Xbox, even though I don't own an Xbox, just in case I get one.
Hey, you got Game Pass.
Yeah, actually. So that does make sense then. Other than that, I do stream Fortnite relatively sometimes. Every now and then, I guess would be the better term. On that, if any of y'all want to join up, because me and my buddy are always looking for a squad.
Squad?
Squad. It is YF Kit because my PlayStation account decided it was going to stay there, and I can't get rid of it. But yeah, that's what's up for me. That's what's coming out. Other than working, I ain't got too much crazy going on. Just consistency. And off to Mark.
Not too bad. I don't typically stream. I do want to get back into it, but it's a process.
Yeah. I can't wait for you to start streaming the art shit again.
Yeah, I actually drew a little picture as I was sitting here.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, we might get into that. It's just once my life gets figured out and slows down a little bit, then I might
Yeah.
actually have time to figure out what I'm doing. But in my free time, I guess I've been playing Modern Warfare, some Outer Worlds, and then I'll play Planet Zoo when that comes out on the 5th.
Nice.
Other
Oh,
than
yeah.
that, yeah, pretty normal. Nothing too crazy.
Alrighty.
I think
The
that's
other
a
thing I
show.
do want to
Oh,
try.
shit.
What's up?
I was gonna say, I think that's a show.
Oh, sorry. Just one more thing. I do want to. I don't know when I'm going to do this, but yes, we are all men, Shorn. Thank you for the clarification, just so you know. But one thing I want to start trying is I don't know, or if it's going to happen, even in the near future, probably mid 2020. That's what I'm expecting to be able to start. But I want to start IRL streaming. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to go. I think IRL streaming can be fun. And that's something I do want to try. I just don't know what the fuck I would do. But it seems like a more interesting, uncut, real version of like vlogging, essentially. So I'm gonna try that. I'm definitely gonna do it if I end up going to San Diego Comic-Con, because I have to try to get those tickets, and the tickets are damn near impossible. 55,000 tickets for a total of 900,000 people that show up to the portal. It's gonna be a fucking shit show. But I digress. Even if I don't get into that, I'm going to San Diego or Tokyo in 2020. So I'll be streaming or vlogging that shit. So yeah. But other than that,
Watch how to stream Pokemon Go videos. That should help give you the information that you need to optimally record
Okay.
while you're running around on the streets.
okay, that's a good idea.
At least to start, if you have zero idea how to, because I actually been wondering that too. Like, how do you stream to multiple places simultaneously while you're out there running around?
Mm-hmm.
Streamlabs. You should be able to do
The app?
Streamlabs on the app.
The app is weird. Like I've done it.
That's what I mean. I don't know. Do you do it through the app, or do you just pick a platform and then stream that and then download the recording later? Like, yeah. Because you can't stream directly to Twitch, I don't believe, from just your.
You can.
You can, yeah, you can. I just don't know how people are doing it.
I did it for 3 minutes one day because it was the day my shit wouldn't go because I had to update my drivers. Streamlabs decided to update their servers and do
Do whatever it is they do, yeah.
and then they caused me an issue when it's supposed to make the thing better. But whatever. But yeah, that's it for me. Sorry, I had to reinsert that because I wanted people to know.
Oh, no big deal.
Yeah. All right. Well, that seems to be a show.
That is a podcast.
That is a podcast. Make sure to email us all your questions, comments, and concerns, and whatever you want. I guess we could always use more memes at levelunlockpodcast@gmail.com. Or if you have really spicy memes, tweet at us at LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod. That's a show.
That is a show. Good job,
That is, in fact, a
everybody.
show.
Ladies and gentlemen, from all of us Splash Screen Gaming, you guys have yourself a good night too. Thank you for your time.
Bye.
Bye bye.
And everyone that decided to swing into